Ready? Everybody pog. Oh, we're live. Whoa, episode 2. We finally got here. It's been 1 week since we last did an episode, and now we're live. again. I don't think we're going to have announcements at any point in the beginning of the show. So if you guys just want to introduce yourselves as like a little, give us your username, your tags, your socials before we get started. Why don't we go with the guy who's fucking mogging everybody? Zach, you want to go first?
I would be mewing, actually.
I would love to. I'd love to. Yes, my name is Zachary Ronaldo, better known online as Zach the Bold. You probably know from when I was in the rookie feds for 4 seconds. Pretty good show. I was in the background. I have a podcast now called Bold Takes, and I can't remember. I'm on social. I'm on
bad tempers. Bad tempers.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's my show.
Big
that
fan.
So I reference it this year and that there.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. I play Eamon O'Malley, which is a barbarian. Yeah. Is that? We should have made a list.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks for. I'll edit.
I'm glad at least I was first to set the standard.
This is going to be chopped to hell and back. Sarah, how about you?
Hello, I'm Sarah, or Sarah is Coffee everywhere on the internet except for Instagram, which is Sarah_is_coffee. But you can also find me across the street looking at you with a haunting gaze of memories past. And I'll be playing Equivalence, a changeling cleric.
Hell yeah. Christian.
Hello, hi, hey, my name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, all over the internet. I'm a TTRPG performer, educator, and event coordinator here in the space. I will be playing Frost, Fitz, Gerald, but you can just call him Fitz.
Hell yeah.
He is a hobgoblin rogue.
Perfect. And Leah.
Hello, I am Leah. I go by Chameleon on everything, but with Leah, Leah, put in the middle. I think I'm on pretty much every social, even if just a little bit. I'm playing a sea elf ranger named Cetaceia.
Hell yeah, dude.
I forgot to say I'm a Kanku. I'm playing a Kanku. Just so you guys know I'm playing a Kanku.
I'll throw that in back when you were talking earlier, so it'll all
Barbarian
seamless
Kanku.
continuity here on Chaos Theory. But we're not going to do that for every episode. Just like the first maybe 3. I heard 3 is a good number for membering stuff. So once you guys get it membered, we can go ahead and move on from that and just get into the show. But everything's out of the way now. So let's get into the show.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The last episode was the first episode. We had a little bit of fun with the new Bastions test, as our party here got into the nitty-gritty of what it means to be a Bastion. They went on the good old-fashioned doppel hunt and very easily and successfully found both of my double classic ruses that I tried to pull the wool over their eyes for. But not today, says the group. They found all 4 doppelgangers and then swiftly moved on to trial by combat with Dennis the Robot and his little drone friends as they swiftly defended the citizens and fended off Dennis, leading to one of the most surprising double natural 20 Devil's Gambits I've ever seen in my fucking life, dude. Hate that. So mad. I'm coming for
It's always crit.
No. It's not a thing. That's not a thing. Episode 1.
You're the one who made it.
Nah, I'm taking a stand.
We
It's
need
not happening
merch.
anymore. No.
Good old
thought you in
Christian
chat
coming in
saying
every
If
episode.
this becomes a thing, I get fucked. That's what this is. So it's not a thing.
Well, don't make deals with the devil, I
It's
guess.
just no longer critting, okay? I put it in the comments. Oh god, no, I do sound like Brendan Lee Mulligan. Anyways.
Honestly, I thought you were going for like a
Trump?
certain orange man impression. Yeah.
Oh, Chester Cheeto. No, I don't.
Yes.
I don't do a Chester Cheeto. I do have a great Trump though.
Oh.
However, back to the episode. We were joining the party now as the festivities celebrating their entry into the Bastions has been fully underway. We're not going to go through the whole party. We don't need to role play celebrating. That would take the entire episode. But I do want to give a tiny little check-in with each character about how they feel, what they're sort of doing, how they're celebrating this monumental occasion. Tay, start with you.
Should probably be down on a few drinks, hanging over with Cetaceia. Probably, like, if there's still people, like, celebrating and thanking and, you know, whatever, should probably be, like, soaking it up a little bit. A little excited to be a bit more involved with the people now, I guess. But, probably not super eager to mingle with the new group so far. Probably a little bit, like, stubbornly trying to get a little bit close to Fitz, though, like, just... Because that's the only person she really knows so far.
Ah, I see the familiar face in the crowd.
Yeah.
Sounds good. As you are going through the evening, there is that slow sort of buzzing tingle from earlier in the fight. That sort of lingering, not necessarily a pain, but just sort of a numbing feeling in your arm. And as you're sitting in this crowded tavern, just very faintly over the crowd, you would hear the slow, reverberating rumble of thunder as it does begin to rain outside. Just giving you a small moment of remembering what happened. But your night continues. The festivities are aplenty. Next up, Christian, what's Fitz doing?
I think during the festivities, during everyone's rabble-rousing and getting to know and being happy and all that stuff, Fitz will look for Director Hesley.
Okay. Easy enough to find. Again, sitting in the exact same seat they had sat in during your exam, the closest seat to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Similar position, watching the room. Kind of like how you were when you first sat in the room, back to the corner, making sure you had eyes on everybody. Very similar position from this individual.
Does he have like a glass, like an empty glass, or is he like...
It's got like a tiny little bit of whiskey in it. He's just sort of enjoying it.
Cool.
Savoring.
I'm gonna take one of the bottles that have been bought for us of whiskey. Whiskey?
Sure.
And I'll yeah, sure. I'll walk over to him and offer to pour him another.
Sure, he accepts.
Director, first I wanted to thank you for allowing me the privilege to become a Bastion again. Part of me thought you were going to just see my application and shred it on the spot.
Can I get a room for tonight?
It's interesting. I understand that a lot of people would hear your name and think about what you've been through. But you've proved yourself here today.
I proved that I can stop a golem and find out where a doppelganger is.
Those are things most people can't do.
Fair enough.
Now, I don't really give a shit what happened to you. That was not something you could control. What I'm interested to see if everything I heard about you before holds up. So far, so good.
Even then, I will apologize. Because we both know that controversy and attention like to rear their ugly head, especially when it comes to drama in the department, especially the drama I was involved with.
Well, controversy can rear its ugly head all it wants. You get me results, I'll make sure no one has anything to say about it. We clear?
Sir.
And he goes to clink your glass and welcomes your company, but doesn't say much unless you directly speak to him.
Mm.
All right.
He'll clink the glass and kind of just do the same thing he's doing, which is just
Scan
case a corner, scan the room.
Okay.
Do what comes to habit.
You two just people watching from the side of the bar.
Just...
Different ends of the bar, just scanning. Love it. What's Eevee doing during this time?
In the first couple of minutes of this, I think I mentioned this last time, so I'm going to make sure I follow through on it. Eevee has just been like stuffing different hors d'oeuvres in different pockets. They also have very carefully shrunk like 2-3 inches. Not enough to like super notice. Like you might be like, oh, they're hunching, but it's enough to make them look a little more hidden in the crowd as they do so. And then after about 5 minutes of that, they would probably attempt to slip into the kitchen and just hang out with the cook for the next few hours.
The cook?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You are able to pretty deftly hide yourself amongst the crowd. It's sort of the thing you do most. And slip into the kitchen if you'd like to just hang out there. And
yeah, I just like sit on the counter. It's very unsanitary, and I watch what the cook is doing and ask a lot of annoying questions.
Yeah. You don't think they give a shit about sanitation. They just
Nice.
make sure they don't use that part of the counter for the rest of the night.
Perfect.
Yeah, beautiful. Love to see it. And Zach, what is Eamon doing during this whole celebration? How do they kick back?
They're definitely having a chill night. They're playing mead pong with a bunch of the other dudes. He's cracked open a twisted tonic and he's absolutely hitting dingers right in. I'm talking no rim, straight in. He's dapping up. He's going. This Fitz guy he was great and he did like a bunch of cool stuff. But I definitely listen. I cracked him open like a can opener before the whole thing and. Yeah, that's really cool. So, hey, watch this. And misses. Yo, celeb.
Did you just turn away from your camera?
He said Boston.
Boston quietly.
No, I said lobster.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to get into Eamon's voice.
Yeah. So, that's what I do every morning.
Subtle.
My alarm goes off. I turn around and go, bah, lobster. All right.
Yeah, he let like shake into it for a second. Yeah, he was having an out of body experience.
As you're absolutely dinging these Hummers as far as you can remember the next day. High party.
As we say when we,
you, at a certain point, your arm gets tired, obviously. You got to refill the fizzy or whatever the fuck you just said.
Twisted tonic.
Sure, that one too. And you go up to the bar and out of habit, you just sort of pat yourself looking for your wallet and you go, oh wait, I don't have to pay for shit. This is awesome. But while you're looking, while you're sort of getting yourself the old pat down, you find some loose papers and parcels you forgot to deliver, but hey, that's not your job anymore. Fuck it. And one small slip of parchment, not an actual letter or a piece of paper, but like a small discarded piece of parchment falls out of your pocket, torn at the edges. It doesn't look official in any way. Nothing you would deliver.
This is probably a receipt from something I had from earlier, and I'll unfold it.
Okay. It is a hastily written note in the familiar bastardized handwriting of Skinner. It says, "See you soon, kid." And it has a crudely drawn flower with 3 petals on it.
Okay.
Given your time working for Walter, that is the symbology they use to denote how many days somebody has left to make a payment.
Wonderful. Awesome. Great. Can't have one day by myself. Cool. I will use it to wipe the sweat off my new twisted tonic, and throw it into the trash, and then turn around and just go back like, yeah. So these champion Bastion thing's pretty cool, am I right? And I'll toss another.
Okay.
It's not even the same pong balls that they're using. I'm just bringing out more from my pockets. It's actually a huge nuisance to the
Brought
game.
your own from home.
Always ready.
Yeah.
There's like
Always.
5 scattered under people's feet throughout the
It's gonna, yeah, and they'll be finding them probably for the next couple of months.
Oh yeah.
I have to pry one from Cetaceia so she doesn't swallow it.
Yeah. Oh, they are definitely choking hazards. I can tell you that. I when I was young, we don't got to get into it. It's fine. It's all right.
When you were playing beer pong as a tyke.
When my dad wanted me to be all state, so he started me off young.
Gotcha. He's so proud. Okay. The night continues. Festivities are had. Eventually, the director does stand up from his seat. Fitz, you would probably notice that first, as you guys have sort of opposite side of the room scanning back and forth. But he would sort of, at some point, try and gather you all into the same space, even for like a minute, and just quickly say, enjoy yourselves. I will be back here tomorrow to officially start your first day on the job. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
He'll
Hey, Fitz, some assholes going around the bar saying they're not giving you credit. They're kind of doing it to me, so I just want you to know I thought what you did out there was really cool.
Thank you, Eamon. I appreciate that, and good looking out. If credit is given to you, take it. You earned it.
Well,
Did good this test.
if you're offering.
I know, of course. I mean, I wouldn't have picked the doppelganger first as the proctor until way later. So,
You know what? You're right. I should credit myself more for that too. I haven't even said that. So a single person in this bar. I turn around and I go, "Hey, God, you guys want to hear about something also cool?"
love that.
And Fitz can't help but think of somebody else who would brag like that during a test, and there's a soft smile as he watches Eamon go off and celebrate his victories, both given and not given.
I have been working tirelessly in my own mind.
Mm-hmm.
Eamon.
Amen.
Eamon.
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanna
I
make
didn't know
sure.
that was a question.
No,
I thought you were
no.
just-
I
was waiting for the question.
I have to say it every 15 minutes or I'll go back.
Yeah, you got to just get rid of the E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Get rid of the E
Okay.
in your mind.
So you guys are given rooms for the night here, or you are able to return to, wherever you usually stay. The choice is yours, though. Hesley did mention he was going to be here tomorrow morning. Again, depends on what you want to do tomorrow morning.
This is really far away from my
Pretty much everybody,
house.
actually,
Yeah, this is far for
I think everyone's.
except for Tame.
Yeah, Tay probably would have slipped out with the Kaitza right there at the end and just gone on back to the. She probably would spend the last of the night out at the shore, honestly, and just looking at the thunder rolling in and just looking at her arm a bit.
Okay. There is
Can
almost
I get up on the roof? Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Yes, you can get up on the roof. 1 second, though. With every roll of thunder, every flash of lightning in the distance, there's almost a corresponding twinge or wave of pain that shoots over your arm. Almost like when people can feel the weather coming in their joints, you can almost feel yourself responding to the storm you see off in the distance. As you just sort of stand there in the light rain that's falling over the city.
She's probably gonna be looking down her arm and grabbing it a bit, flexing it, turning it over, trying to see if there's anything she can do to get that buzzing to stop or cease a little bit. Ikaitsa will probably like nudge her arm or nudge her up under her arm, and she's gonna pet her Drake a bit and just kind of like try to forget about the arm as she's just looking at the storm and trying to recall that voice in her head and wondering what the fuck was that. And she's just gonna look down into the water in the direction where she knows there's a cave and just think it's about time we turn in, girl, and just pat her Drake a little bit and turn back towards her friend's house and go back, tell him the news that she passed and everything. And
okay, easy enough to do. He's already asleep by the time you get there. He probably turned in at like 7:30. But
old man.
yeah, definitely old. Definitely doesn't have reason to party. But Eevee, you wanted to make your way up to the roof?
I'm gonna sleep on the roof.
Okay, it is raining.
Cool.
Okay, love it. Wasn't telling you can't, just letting you know.
Nice.
Sleep on your back or your front, because that's very important.
Back.
Okay, you drown.
Fuck.
Like a turkey.
I've got my little shield
No,
over me.
Totally kidding. Easy enough to do.
Nice.
Eamon? Why did I
Eamon.
just said it. I just fucking said Eamon.
Damn.
Are you staying
silly.
here? I'm an idiot, dude.
There should be a DM fine for every time that you get his name wrong.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Give yourself give yourself extra work.
Yeah, man.
Worse, please.
I'm pretty.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm assuming Eamon is pretty trashed at this point. He'll go upstairs. Yeah, I don't know why I said upstairs as if it is up. Maybe it is upstairs.
No, there is rooms upstairs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll kind of be like, in my drunken stupor, I'll kind of be looking around the room for things I can pawn off for money. But then I kind of get tired of it and just I fall asleep almost to the bed. Kind of like when you find a murder scene and someo's hands on the bed. That's how he falls asleep. You like just
almost got to the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And what is Fitz doing with his night? Is he going home or is he staying here?
You know what? Let's see. I mean, Fitz has done this before with his previous engagements with the Bastions, so he knows what the expectation is, or should be in quotation marks.
Yeah. Although, given your brief experience with Hesley, doesn't seem super strict. Just seems like as long as you do what he asks.
Yeah.
Showing up
and,
at 10 a.m. or 10:05 is not going to be the difference.
I'm trying to think of if Fitz would have told the Basellis, hey, if I don't come home, I'm okay.
They did know what you were leaving to do.
Yeah.
So I they could put two and two together.
It's like, if I leave and don't come back, I'm not dead. I'm not kidnapped. It's fine. I'll be there tomorrow. So yeah, I think he probably explained to them what the expectation would be if he did stay late or if he didn't return immediately after the test.
Okay.
So he'll just take a room after people watching for long enough when he feels like it's comfortable to leave his post.
Beautiful.
Make his way up to relax.
And I do want to mention something because I think this is something that we kind of didn't mention in your prologue. Fitz doesn't sleep.
No.
Right. So.
No.
Remember that question you asked, Sarah?
You all. You in particular.
Is there anything Fitz would like to do just over the course of their night? I know it doesn't, have to be anything in depth, but is there a ritual? Is there like a way you process the day?
Honestly, I think because it's like what time would it be right now?
If you're going to bed when everyone else is leaving, it'd probably be close to midnight, 1 a.m.
Since he doesn't really need to sleep, I think he goes with the crowd and then just explores his new section of the city for a while, and then eventually goes back. Just like looking for not clients because he's kind of full right now with a current case, but just like looking to see if there are any that have grievances or want to talk or need to be seen, etc., etc.
Okay.
Introducing himself to the new neighbors, essentially.
Right, making the rounds.
Being like, hey, I'm new here. This is me. This is who I am. Yes, I can see you. And such and such and so on. So
There'll be a few of those. None of them have, urgent side quests or anything registering like, a whole moment, but just the occasional surprised look of being recognized by someone who can see them.
Mm-hmm. And do I see Clive anywhere near here, or is he just not around?
No, you don't see Clive anywhere.
Okay. Like, oh my god, you got in? No.
You know where they tend to haunt. But with that, the following morning does eventually arrive. The expectation of having to meet at the entrance, or at least in the lower tavern floor of this bar to start your new job, is approaching. Who makes it there? Let's ask that.
I mean, Fitz is probably there first because he technically didn't go to sleep.
Fair.
Yeah. Eamon would eventually make his way down. He has like bags under his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a 5 o'clock crow shadow. Goes down, sits down. He'll take his water skin out and he'll take this little packet out. It says liquid cure wounds, and he'll pour the powder in. He'll shake it up and start drinking it.
I love that.
How goes it, Fitz?
Good morning, Eamon. You okay?
So loud. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, just let me just stew in this for a little bit. Let me just stew.
Right at that moment, I walk in and shake like a wet dog, getting water all over it.
The water goes into my eyes and I don't even blink.
The water goes into my eyes.
It's like little bits of mud too, just like
yeah, and it's just like little windshield wipers come up.
Did you fall in the drainage ditch? What happened?
It was raining outside.
Yeah, hours ago.
I fell in a drainage ditch.
Did you sleep outside? Yeah. When we had rooms to sleep in for free.
I'm not a big ceilings guy.
What does that mean?
I'm guessing they don't like having a roof over their head.
Not a fan of ceilings.
they're always up to something.
What constitutes this? Okay, what constitutes
always up to something.
What constitutes this?
I don't trust them.
Is it just like when you're sleeping ceilings, or ceilings in general?
Yes.
Good answer. Okay.
Is that
well,
all right?
I'll figure it out later.
Tay, what are you doing?
She's gonna walk in also wet, but it's because she went into the ocean again.
And she's so glamorous.
She's gonna be like running in like, oh fuck, this time I wasn't late. All right, good. Just like
you smell like appropriate water.
Yeah.
They smell.
It's like the difference between someone pulling their cat
like
out of the bath versus like the scene from Baywatch.
She's gonna be like wringing out her hair and look over at Eevee and she'll be like, did you go into the ocean too?
No, I fell. I look over at Fitz in a drainage pipe.
They slept on the roof. You don't need to lie to us.
Oh, right, I forgot that I slept on the roof.
I'm gonna look up and be like, I thought that was his thing, and I'm gonna point over to the bird.
Hey, I will have you know, all right, asshole. First off, not every bird sleeps without a ceiling over their head, all right? So what if my room is called the Crow's Nest? It doesn't matter, all right?
The room is called the Crow's Nest?
Yeah, and it's fucking awesome, okay? So
wait, on purpose?
Well, it wasn't not intentional.
Okay.
Did you name it that as 13 and just forget?
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
I need to know who gave Eamon that idea.
People have tried to talk him out of the idea.
2 weeks ago. That's embarrassing that you didn't think of it earlier.
Well, I wanted to separate it from, my family's place and mine, so I thought of putting the title over the door. You slept in a drainage ditch. What am I talking about? You're covered in mud.
No, I didn't.
You slept in an ocean. What am I? What?
I mean,
Whatever.
I'm guessing that's where they live.
Good morning, everyone.
Oh, Jesus.
Good morning, sir.
Hope you all just sort of like looks at the two who are dripping wet and a bird covered in mud. He's like, slept well?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you might want to change. You do have a day of work ahead of you. And we'll just sort of like motion you all to follow him out the door without any time to do what he just asked you to do.
All right.
I don't have prestidigitation, so we're going.
He
Lovely.
does, and he keeps walking.
Amazing. You get prestidigitated when you deserve it.
He's not dirty.
You deserve it.
So he begins walking down the thoroughfare, the main row of Champions Row, and just sort of expects you to follow and keep up, not really checking at any point if you guys are there. You get the sense that he doesn't ever think the test ends, so he's just sort of like expecting you to prove that you keep your job. The walk to where he's leading you isn't very far. It's probably about 3 crossroads down from the bar you guys are waking up in, which is about halfway down the actual full road. But a few streets past that, he turns in and points towards a side street. And as you approach it, you can hear the distant, almost what sounds like ringing of some sort of church bells or chimes. But as you get closer, they get deeper and more chaotic. Not as, light and pleasant, more just like deep and rhythmic. He points towards the side street and says, "Here we have it. This is Melodic Way." To the left of this street entrance, you see a faded pastel-colored building that looks like a two-story sort of breakfast cottage. It says Rosie's Hovel. And on the other side of the entrance to the street, you see a bookstore that says Silver Quill Bookstore and Tome Repair. And as he walks down this street, immediately past Rosie's Hovel, there is another building, almost like hidden directly behind it. The facade has the symbol you all received on your letters, inviting you to the entrance exam, emblazoned over the doorway. It is a pretty slender building that you assume goes deeper in, but it's hard to tell because it is right up against this inn that you guys just walked past. He says, "These are your offices. Welcome." And he...
Oh, I've never really had an office before.
We can probably assume that ourselves.
What am I going to name it?
Click. He opens the door.
Yeah. Actually, I got a couple plaques on me right now.
Oh my God, please come up with a name and force it on everybody.
Oh my God.
And he'll just swing open the door and beckon you all to follow inside. Do you? Or am I...
I run the other direction.
I turn around and just walk off.
Dimension door.
So as you all go inside, the interior is somewhat completely undecorated. There are furnishings here, but not, in a way that beckons somebody to stay for a long period of time. Immediately inside the door, there is a doorway to the left that has just like a small dining area. Ahead of the door, there are stairs that lead up. And further down, there looks like another room or two that turn off of this kind of small building for what you were expecting your workspace to look like. But from further into the building, you can hear the sound of what you could only surmise is either washing dishes or cooking. As he sort of lets out a bellow into the building and says, "Brinsley, you should come meet your coworkers." and a tiny little halfling man sort of runs out from, like, almost scurries out and like look around the corner. Kind of older for a halfling, probably over a century, but dressed in very nice, almost like leisure clothes with a small apron on and a few stains. This sort of wiry, just beard that's furled out to the sides and almost like tried to slick back this thinning gray hair. And as he comes around the corner, he says, "Oh, yes. Wonderful. Well, 1 second. I almost have breakfast ready." And he just sort of runs back in to the kitchen. You just hear more pots and pans clanking around.
We're having breakfast?
Apparently.
We're working together?
Well, kind of works for you. I'll explain in a bit. And just sort of like closes the door behind everyone once they're inside and gestures to the small dining area for you guys to sit.
Yeah, I'll plop down. Absolutely.
We'll take a seat.
So, this is your office. There are spaces upstairs for you to stay if you should not. Looks towards the people who are just sort of caked in mud and water and everything. Says, if you don't have a place to stay, you can stay here if you'd like. There are also workstations downstairs. Feel free to customize them as you see fit. That was me. Not him.
You see
I'm
Fitz?
so sorry.
Just gets taken over for a second. It's like,
That happens to all my NPCs from time to time. I can't let a joke pass. Are you kidding me?
it's right there. I heard it too, and I was like, he's gonna say something. He's gotta say something. He's gotta say it.
I will say
the joke was too good. Your camera got fucked up.
yeah, it's holding its sides.
Hold it good sides.
Perfect. So he doesn't say Fitz, but he says you can rearrange that workstation however your job suits you. Why don't we eat, and then I can tell you all about your first assignment. You can also, I don't know, get cozy.
What?
He just sort of stands there like
I'm sorry.
unsure what to say next. I was like, I don't know.
Okay. All right.
This
Yeah,
is your
that
space
did the
now.
opposite of whatever you were trying to do.
This
Because
is your
I'm
space
actually
now.
quite on edge now.
Enjoy your fucking breakfast.
There you go.
Thank
there it
you.
is.
And he
There it
goes
is.
outside, and you just see him through the window, like lighting a cigar. He just sort of like standing there smoking. Yeah. As you guys hear the clattering of metalware in the next room over, and the sound of like humming or like jaunty singing quietly to oneself.
Oh.
But you have the space.
How much time do we feel we have until this guy comes back out?
Probably a few minutes.
Okay. All right. I'm
Depends
gonna
on what he's cooking. Yeah.
I'm gonna lean in really close to
Omelets.
everyone at the table.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say, hey, come here. Okay. All right. So just, since we're all apparently gonna be working together, just really quick, small thing. Just, I prefer if like it's just between us, as like coworkers. But I am not an ASMR. I'm a changeling. This is not anyone. I came up with this all by myself, and frequently asked questions. Will I impersonate you? Not without your consent. Any other questions?
You're just gonna drop that on us right now.
Well, it feels appropriate to not,
What if you're
hide it.
what if you're an ASMR and you're trying to cover it up by saying you're a changeling?
No. I change into the halfling that we just met.
Jesus
And then I
Christ.
change back.
What
I mean, I
does it look
felt like that was
What
pretty
does it look
easy
like
to
when you
prove.
change? What does it look like when you change?
Looks like the halfling.
It's not the like mystique shift of like,
American
kind of
Werewolf in
like-
London.
yeah.
Jesus
It
Christ.
takes 45 minutes every time, and it's painful.
There's a
It's
big
fully
pool of
like-
blood.
They don't really do it in front of people a lot, so they don't know that it looks like this. But as you are looking, for a second, it's like your own eyes go cross-eyed and you can't really like figure out what you're seeing. And then before you know it, there is someone else in front of you. And then the same thing happens again. It's a little headache inducing.
Gotcha.
That's wild.
Question: have we met before?
We haven't met before, but I do know you. Sorry.
Interesting.
Like I don't know you. Like I don't know you, but I know of you.
Okay.
Have I? You're not. I haven't delivered you anything bad before, right? Like
I'm really trying not. I'm trying not to lie because that wouldn't help in this situation. But it would just have been really funny to say yes. So I just want to.
Because I don't deliver drugs, bombs, knives, blades, magical scrolls of doom, poisons, potions of hurting, potions of healing, banes, boons.
How would you know? How would you know?
Oh, I look.
And you don't consider that wrong?
Well, only for the way it's a balance of things, right?
I'm serious. I'm not saying that it is wrong. I want to know why you don't consider it wrong.
I think there's a trade-off of for every one really bad thing I find makes up for the thousands of others I look into. And I look. It's not a glance.
What do you do when you find a bad thing?
I still deliver it. I've never once stopped it.
No balance.
I'm sorry. I got to break for a second. Okay. I'm back in.
No balance.
Okay. Why are you telling me?
Well, I just thought that we were just being honest with each other.
Anyone else?
You know, when I was a kid, actually, when I was just a small little birdling, I went to a wedding with my family, and I accidentally drank beer, and someone noticed from across the tent, and they pointed it out and told my mom, and I got so embarrassed I threw up right then and there.
We just
I'm enjoying this in ways that you can't possibly understand at this moment. I do feel like I have to tell you that I'm not the kind of cleric that can tell you like what you're supposed to do if you tell me the wrong things you did. I'm not that
I thought
kind
we were
of...
just I thought this was like a team building exercise.
Okay, cool, great. No, I just wanted to make sure because sometimes people do that.
And like quickly over to Cetaceia is just like, yes, we will be working together as co-workers. We took the test together. We work together.
I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna look back over at Fitz and be like, so 2 people with experience and 2 newbies.
Seems that
You
way.
don't know that. What's for breakfast?
Does anyone have any food allergies? I probably should have asked that first, but I just got so excited to cook you all breakfast that I just went and got started. Food allergies? Anyone?
I can pretty much eat anything.
Oh,
You're fine.
splendid. These are omelets. Vegetarian and meat options are available on request. I did make all meat options, but I have some vegetables left over. I could make a vegetarian option should anyone wish.
All meat?
All
no
meat.
egg?
Well, it's an omelet. Of course it's
Bensley, besides
Yeah?
cooking, what else do you do for the office?
Did he? No.
No.
Must have split his mind. It's a crazy day for everybody, I shall. I am the... Well, I hesitate to say housekeeper. I'm not so servile, but my job here is to make sure your documents and your cases are prepared for you, and your headquarters is in order so that you can focus on keeping the city safe. I am your right-hand man for anything you might need when it comes to this specific building.
So a nanny.
No, don't.
Thinking more administrative assistant.
I prefer that.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. I'm your administrative assistant, and I also cook.
It's a damn fine job.
Thank you.
Are you a right-hand man? I look at his hands because you have 2 right hands.
Solid work.
We got one of each.
Just making sure. Thought this was part of the test.
Nothing gets past you. So, would anyone care for some orange juice? He sort of like runs back into the kitchen and starts bringing out like extra dishes he made.
I love this man.
Seems nice.
Right.
I'm gonna turn towards Eevee and be like, I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
How old are you actually? Since you can look like anything in any body in any age, how old are you actually?
20s. Probably somewhere between 25 and 27.
Probably.
You don't know?
Definitively.
Sticky. You said that you two have experience with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So what's your history with it?
I used to be a passion for another district. Do you ask questions quickly to avoid answering?
No, I just gave the answer that I could, and I want to know more things.
Fair enough.
Hey?
I was a Marine. Probably longer than you've been alive, actually.
Probably. I don't know what that is.
I think they research sea life.
She's gonna just like look over at Eamon, like so mad. Like, think of it as guard duty for the city walls. We govern anything that comes in and out of the water, any kind of piracy shipments. We also protect it from things like harpies and other sea life that threaten the borders.
Oh, okay. I've read about you, but I wasn't totally sure about the name. So that's good.
Sorry. Just walks up.
Thank you.
And she's gonna like puff up a little bit and be like,
Yeah, I was thinking when the orange juice came out, I just shoved my whole beak in there and just like you just see the level of the orange juice go down. Yeah. This is real interesting. It's vicious. It's violent and explosive.
I didn't mean to interrupt what Tay was doing.
I'm so sorry.
she's just gonna puff up a little bit, be like, you might have heard of my mother, Irhala Elros.
Have I?
Make a history check.
What do I know about Elvira?
Make a history check, both of you guys.
Oh.
Eamon,
And
keep eating that bread. Unless you want to. You can join in.
I'm sorry?
I said keep eating that bread unless you want to make the check as well.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
Okay.
Was that you said history?
Yeah.
24.
24.
Oh, you got better than me. I got a 20.
20. Okay. Both of you know what the Marines sort of are and their job with the city. There was a agreement made between a tribe of sea elves that lived outside the city long ago that they would sort of have a place to call their own inside the city as long as they helped sort of secure its one of the only weak points of entry to the city is the harbor. So getting the sea elves to sort of join forces and keep that section of the city safe just sounds like a good deal on both sides. I would say that Fitz specifically, you would recognize the name as it stands with a position within the city. Not necessarily like you've met this person or like you've, had a direct confrontation with them at any point, but they are, for all intents and purposes, the leader of the Marines.
Okay. I'm surprised.
And founder.
Yes.
I'm surprised you wanted to be a Bastion and not stay a Marine, considering who your mother is.
At that, she's gonna like stiffen up a little bit. Well, it gets boring sometimes just managing shipments. I'd like to be involved with some real action every now and then.
Like I said before when we first met, boring is better. You want boring.
No, I don't.
Fair enough.
That statement, though. Wait, can I make him roll insight on that?
Ooh.
I mean, you don't have to.
Interesting.
You
If
know
you
it.
want to.
I'll roll insight.
I would
Sure.
also like to roll insight because I've been watching raptly.
I'll allow
I
it.
don't know if you could tell by my wide eyes.
I'm seven slices deep inside a loaf. I'm full of bread.
Slices deep is crazy.
7 slices.
A
bagel
I get
on each
distracted by a kite's.
I get distracted by a cat.
There's a 3, so I got a 9.
Yeah.
That is a dirty 20 for insight.
I didn't ask for this roll, so
You'll see with that statement that she says of like that boring isn't better. Like you're like, boring is good, and she's like, no, it's not. Like, no, it's not what I want. There's denial in that statement.
Yeah, like, okay. Fitz will clock it. I won't say anything about it.
You know, I'm kind of on board with Fitz here. My father, he works in a factory, and he took me one time to visit him in the factory, and some guy got sucked into a fabrication machine and turned him into a large cloud of feathers. So, I get where he's coming from. I'll go back to
You said.
you go back to.
I'm gonna look over and be like, I'm very interested in why you want to be a bastion.
I was gonna ask the same thing. Going from deliveries of hinky sounding deliveries to this is quite the jump legally.
I'm an able-bodied Kenku, and there is no other prior motives or anything behind that, and I just am trying to serve my community. Is this rye?
It's gonna. Do I even need to insight check that?
Do you feel like you need to?
No.
No. I mean, as long as you're happy with your decision, you've got a lot more responsibilities now.
I do not respond to that. I eat the bread more.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean over to Fitz and just be like, I think we got somebody with a hero complex over here.
I have my flashlight.
You just went the other way with the song.
Yeah.
You
You say that, and Fitz clocks you as someone with a hero complex saying this about Eamon. It's like,
layers, people.
whoa, if only you knew what
Check
that
out
looked
the
like.
wannabe over here. My mom's a Marine.
The Marine.
She'll hear about this. That's hot take.
After this very tense breakfast, and as you are still probably eating, Dr. Hesley does come back in, having finished his cigar, and say, all right, you feeling full? Jesus Christ. How many bagels are you going to eat, kid?
I thought maybe we'd do a lot of running.
That's up to you. I don't... All right.
I'm actually feeling much better. I'll admit to you, sir,
God.
as the spotlight comes on me. I overdid it last night, and as a champion of Bastion's Row, I just want to say now that
The Bastion champion.
that as a Bastion of Champions District, I just want to say that I'm starting now, after the 12 pieces of bread that I've just eaten, I'm going to take my job very seriously.
Right. You can all follow me downstairs when you're ready.
Just the slowest of blinks.
No, he doesn't even blink. He just sort of like... He just blue screens for like a solid minute.
Wait till you're done.
And then he... yeah, literally just...
What have I got myself into? Whoops.
But you do hear him descend some sort of staircase that's on the other side of the wall.
We'll follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't want to rush you guys' breakfast, but we got a clock to kill. You are sort of led down this very narrow, like, basement staircase where there's, like, a single shelf. You have to, like, duck down underneath it to get down the full staircase. Any of you who live on the East Coast know what I'm talking about. But down there is the almost full floor plan of this building. Its complete width is shown here in this empty basement section. There are no walls. There are just support columns every here and there. And there are a few tables set up throughout the room, and two like chalkboard or corkboard like workstations that can be wheeled around. Looks like. He just sort of like points towards this section. It's like, this is your workspace. This is, I assume, where you're gonna work. Don't make me hold you to that, but this is your area.
Oh
nice.
my gosh.
And he just sort of looks around at the empty boards and everything. Says, Brinsley was supposed to be setting up your first assignment, but I see breakfast took priority. So we will get started. And he goes over to the table where there are a few files just sort of set out and begins opening them and like placing things around, which should take him like 30 seconds. And after that, he turns to you all, almost immediately getting into his position. Sort of a different air overtakes him when he's like presenting information to subordinates. And he says, your first case is possibly too much, but I'm willing to take that risk. 3 days ago, an individual was reported missing. A lizard folk named Slizaro. His family called in this report, and that was the way it remained until now. However, this morning we did get a report of a body washing up in Dwell Harbor. So what I had originally planned for you to be a missing persons case is actually a homicide.
I'm sorry, like a murder kind of thing? I'm not talking about a group of crows. I'm talking about a dead body.
Me too.
Are you okay?
Yeah. That's part of the job description, right?
Usually
Yeah.
not the first day, but
Oh.
yes.
Sir, any preliminary information you can give us before we see the body and the crime scene itself?
Well, unfortunately, I do not have much information. The presentation I have set for you here was for a missing person. Now, it is not customary for recruits that are as new to the position as you are would be given access to a crime scene. However, I have submitted access for you to be able to inspect the crime scene yourselves. Normally, we would wait for Dwell Harbor to send us a report so we can work from there. However, this individual did live within Champions Row, thereby putting it under our jurisdiction. So, I want you all to go take a look at the crime scene to see if you can find anything they may have missed.
Has the body been moved, or is it still there?
It is still there currently.
Mm.
After your examination, it will be taken to the morgue and given a proper medical examination.
Great.
Would we be able to see the missing persons report just to
Of course.
have further information, sir?
Yes. The reports will all be here for you to utilize however you need. You okay? He sort of looks at Eamon, getting a bit...
Oh, yeah, I deal with... yeah.
I'm sorry, were you about to say you deal with dead bodies all the time?
I was going to say that, yeah, but then I realized
thought
that's
better of
not... One, it's not true, and two, I
Okay,
don't.
good. Very good that it's not true, first off.
in Fitz's mind, all he can think about is the throw up that is going to occur as soon as they see the body. Like a dead body, bad. A bloated dead body,
Big breakfast you just
They
ate,
fished it
bud.
out of the ocean.
is about to get rancid.
And this is like a fresh... Like, this probably happened a couple days ago, right? So it probably still looks normal.
Well, they found it
Won't
this
know
morning,
until-
so we don't know.
It won't know until we see the body completely.
Has the Marines patrol? Were they the ones to report it?
Yes.
were they able to give any information? They usually have patrols overnight as well. So did they not see anybody drop the body?
The report is that they found it near one of the sewage drains. The preliminary understanding is that the rain last night may have washed it out of the sewers.
That's going to get rid of a lot of evidence immediately,
It
fortunately. Well, one way to see the evidence is to see the evidence.
Also, one more question. Was it an easily accessible sewer drain?
They are easily accessible to anyone who's willing to
Okay.
swim.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. Great.
The scene has been dusted, as that is not your job for this case.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to the. Is it like a file? Is it like a big old box?
There's a few
Is it-
files. There's like a few, almost like dossiers made up for each one of you.
Hmm.
That he prepared beforehand, but then got new information and immediately kind of
Yes.
didn't need those anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed you started this tap board.
Information is still information that we don't have.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
it's all good.
I think my internet went out. Hello?
No,
You're good. You're all right. You're all right.
We're
You're
good?
okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We're chilling. We're chilling.
Fitz is gonna take the dossiers and hand them out to each of the other bastions.
that's you guys.
Just gonna like you like snatch it off.
I take it very gingerly and then
Okay.
bring it to my chest.
Zach, were you gonna
Love in the back of my head loves information a lot.
pin?
Pinned.
Zach, were you gonna say
Yeah, it was a
something?
bet. It's fine. We can move on.
Oh, we missed a bit.
We missed a bet. I don't know what happened.
It's not the counter. That's one missed bit.
One missed bet.
Can I read through the file and see if there's any extra information about like the report of when they went missing?
Sure.
Okay,
As you
when
guys go.
sorry, if when you open the file, I'll just be holding mine and go, any pictures in there? Or is it just kind of like written stuff?
I'm just gonna like, no, you're good. Actually, no, I'm kidding.
My eyes burn.
I was just gonna continue scrolling through.
Just the baby meme where it's like
yeah. We're just like,
I'm gonna like make it a goal now to like haze the new guy.
oh no.
Nice. You're all technically new guys, but he's
you're
this
all
one.
I know. I love it. I love that Eamon somehow got pegged as the newest new guy of them all.
Is it out of character? Is it a walk there, or do we have to take transit to get there, or is it like
It's a different district, so you would
It's a
have to
different district, yeah.
either walk or take transit.
Yeah, cool.
Again, he mentioned that the usual operating procedure is they would send a report to you guys, and then you would work
Yeah.
the case from there.
But this is new.
But he's
Fresh.
like, I want to get these guys. I want to get them to their first crime scene. So he's just like, nah, they're gonna come take a look.
They're gonna go to you. Okay.
So you take a look at the original missing persons report. There is a lot of information about the individual. His family called in that he had been missing for 2 days. That report happened 3 days prior to today, but they were told they had to wait for a certain amount of period just in case he.
So 5 days total?
Yes, he's been missing for 5 days, but they reported it after 2, as is standard American crime law. The initial report was called in by his family, who lives in Champions Row, where he also lived. So you have that address on file if you wanted to go talk to them. He does caution against talking directly to the family, as they just found out that they lost somebody. Maybe don't immediately start asking the family questions. Also, he informs you, you are not going to tell this family that they just lost somebody. That is a different, more trained in that area aspect of the guards. Someone who is not just like a guard goes to talk to people about missing family members and deceased family members.
That guy's
Someone-
job sucks.
Someone who actually has a bit of empathy.
Like a social worker, some might say.
Yeah, that guy's job is awful.
Yeah. But they are.
Sometimes he gets to be like, look, your kid's back. So sometimes good
wrong.
days, right?
A majority of the time, it's not that vague.
Damn.
So probably don't speak to the family today. give him a day or two to at least, grieve. But they are available to you if you have questions down the line. There is also a note that they are, this lizard folks, Lazaro, was known to be a somewhat competent combatant in the arena from time to time. Some of the things that the family mentioned were a certain gym or like training facility he goes to train up for certain fights. Maybe he was there. Maybe you can get some information there. Occasionally he does go out to the harbor to like swim, but that's usually early in the morning, and that wasn't the time he went missing, but it is something to note. And just a few other like details about his day-to-day life. There is also mention of a training partner.
Is there a name for the gym or the training partner?
The gym specifically is called Klein's.
Spell that, please.
What's that? Oh, Klein's.
Spell that, please.
Klein''s.
Klein's. Okay.
There's a Klein's.
No, Klein's. Like Kevin Klein.
Yeah.
You guys know
Seems
Kevin
that
Klein.
Or Calvin.
Body has chacos and
I got you, buddy. I got you.
Yeah.
Training partner's name is what?
Sorry. Training partner's name is Gastella.
Oh, that, please.
Gastella.
Tella. Gastella.
Sorry,
So
Sarah.
excited.
Okay, there you
I was
are.
about to ask if I would have like seen this guy around the docks myself, but probably not.
You know,
Shoot.
Swimming early in the morning is sort of like a regular athletic thing that people do to like warm
Shit.
up for the day.
Too far deep to like really pay attention, so
Yeah.
like
There's a lot of people who use it to warm up in the morning, and it wasn't like an everyday thing. So there's not a huge chance you guys would have run into each other. But you do know that area very well. You're starting to piece together as you guys are learning more information why he's letting you examine this crime scene. It happened in Dwell Harbor. You've got a resident from Dwell Harbor. You have somebody who is very good at this job already. He wants to see how good you are at this job. You know, he's putting a lot more eggs in your basket than he probably would at fresh out of the nest recruits. No offense, sorry to use bird slang, but
Eggs.
let it pass.
it's big of you. Turn the other wing. So you have that information. You can refer to these dossiers anytime you want to. And he kind of just lets you do your own thing. He doesn't really give you a list of here's what you need to do, procedure, or anything like that. He is mostly letting you handle this investigation as if it's not your first.
Great. Yeah, let's all be professional and go see the body.
Can count on us.
All right. Then I will leave you to it. Feel free to reach out should you need anything. You know, you have direct contact, and Bensley can leave us a message if you need him to. I will leave it in your capable hands. And he will leave. Take his leave.
Start rearranging all the boards.
Oh,
To the most advantageous position.
You know how long it took me to imagine those set up?
Imagine that.
But it's different now.
It's fine. I won't be able to find anything. Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to Eamon, be like, "It's okay to throw up when you see what you see. Just do it away from the just do it away from the. You're going to throw up. You're going.
I mean, I've seen plenty of. I mean,
You're going.
I had like an anatomy book when I was younger.
He's gonna put his hand on your shoulder. You're going to throw up.
Sick. I'm like ready for it. That's why I eat so much bread. Because then I still have half a tank, you know?
You're gonna be
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Where is the group headed?
To the crime scene.
I could lead the way to the harbor, since that's a route that I know pretty well.
Okay.
We're gonna head to the farthest away from the crime scene as possible.
So the way the sewers sort of set up and spill into Dwell Harbor, you would know that they tend to slope down towards the lower section of the harbor, which is actually the lower southeast side of the harbor. That is not necessarily a populated area with people don't go there to swim in the water and hang out and have fun. That's mostly where ships sort of unload cargo, and a lot of people don't tend to just traverse. There's not a lot of foot traffic. There's not a lot of back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But you are able to lead the group in the direction of the sewer grate mentioned, and you're taking the lead.
Yeah. Also, I don't have a Kaito with me, by the way.
Okay, they're not with you?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
No.
Perfect.
Where's
Now's
the
my
kite?
chance.
Now's my chance.
Okay. So you are, just so I know, going into a situation where there are bastions from Dwell Harbor currently present on the scene.
Hoping
They're
that's
not gonna be happy.
Gonna happen.
They're not gonna be happy we're here.
Hoping that's not gonna happen.
That's gonna happen.
Ah,
When we walk up, do I see them?
you definitely clock a few familiar faces. Not people you
I'm
know
gonna-
on a
No.
regular
I'm gonna-
basis. But
And just go to check some notes and let the two tallest members pass me and just kind of fall in behind.
Gonna definitely clock that. That's this is all their bravado, because they're confidently leading us to the scene, and then as soon as we see other bastions, they're
I'm just gonna let me
Swallowed up.
double check. Okay. And
immediately,
she's gonna keep her hand up a bit,
Mhm, mhm.
I'm just gonna walk up
Okay.
as if this is normal,
You
because it is.
you do see a number of figures, almost like a section of guards keeping people out of this area as they notice you approach, and they say, "Excuse me, can I help you?"
Bastion's Champions Row.
Ah, you're the new. Okay,
Yes, sir.
special permission, I guess. And they'll just sort of wave down one of the less official, uniformed guards, kind of dressed similar to all of you. There is a 8 to 9 foot tall Goliath that's got this very, very long trench coat on, and just sort of looking over the scene, giving directions to all these other Dwell Harbor guards, and controlling the environment. As they look over and notice being summoned, they sort of trudge over and say, "Are you the Champions Row bastions we've been waiting on all morning?"
That's correct.
Great. Can you get this guy off my fucking beach? And we'll
Do our
turn
best.
to point towards a section that has been cordoned off.
Mhm.
You see a number of people sort of standing wait.
Kay is
Definite.
blatantly biting her tongue.
Are you
Any information on who found the body? Anything like that?
Yeah, we had a couple of Marines reported in this morning. They affected it so much to get it to shore. It was sort of floating out in the middle of the water. We didn't want it to stay there, so they brought it into shore. Other than that, it has been untouched. The crime scene has not been tampered with. I know you.
I'm not even gonna look up. I'm gonna continue writing notes and looking over at the body and
I'll be honest. So I probably delivered your mail at some point. But listen, I have gone above and beyond. I'm now serving.
It's
I'm
definitely-
serving.
He's just like, that's probably what it is. Yeah. I got
Yeah.
mine like a steel trap. I never forget a face. Turns towards Tango. Oh, Oh, Miss Elros.
No, you can escape.
Oh, we'll grace my royalty today, I see.
I'm gonna just like clear my throat and went
Hey,
ahead
boys, roll out the red carpet. Hey, you know.
you can see like a visual, like an actual vein just up in her head, just pulsing.
Oh no.
And he turns to you and goes, I'm kidding. You one of us now? You one of the city's finest? Inland a bit, but it's fine. You know, you'll get there eventually. If any of my guys give you a hard time, you can point them towards me, you know. For accommodation.
If any of them give me a hard time, they should think twice.
Interesting. All right, well, hey, you guys have been given control of the scene. It's out of our hands. Please.
Did this guy give us his name? Or am I crazy?
He did not.
Since you are commanding,
would I know
officer
him?
here.
You would know this
My name.
arrogant piece of shit is Captain Belfast.
Pretty cool name.
Thank you.
Belfast.
I made it up.
Just now?
Sure. Months ago.
After the entire display, I do stick out my hand and say, well, thank you for taking care of it for us before we got here. It's been a pleasure.
I'm gonna push in the way of Eevee to like push their
Make an
hand down.
athletics check. I'm not moving.
Oh,
I am a statue.
two short
First of all,
kings collide.
You're going to have to break my arm and it'll be easy because I have -1 strength.
Break my arm.
Oh my god! That is a
It'll
23.
be-
Ooh.
Yes.
Solid. Don't break the arm.
I mean, ow.
I'm just gonna like push in the way, like. Anyway, it was thank you for keeping everything.
Sorry, my hand went down there.
You can't stop it.
I'm just gonna like grab your hand and like look at you like we have a job to do. Let's go and do that.
You just sort of.
Just gonna like lean in. It's a hint that they don't like them.
Right, but I think this took more time
I
than me
think-
just shaking the
You
hand.
just let it go. Just let it.
Sort of.
I'll lean in and go. Is this how you're able to duplicate people?
No,
Oh, I just thought you had to make like some kind of.
it's just pleasantries. Okay, let's
A piece of
go.
his hair. Okay, go.
Okay. But you guys are given control of the crime scene. Now, obviously, it would be super fucked up to tamper with this crime scene in any way. Just let you know right up front. That's a big no-no. So
I'm assuming there's like tape around, right?
there's like rope that's been sectioned off for.
Can we see the body from here?
You can not in detail. You can like see it beyond the
Or
barrier.
smell it at least. Jesus.
It smells
I
like
just thought-
low tide. It smells gross here all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Real
All the time.
it's the ocean, dude. It smells like shit.
ocean
Well,
bad.
Dead ocean is awful. So as I'm asking,
Yeah. You need to get a little closer before it's like overwhelming.
Yeah.
But you can,
as someone who's actually seen a dead body in water, that shit sucks.
What the fuck, dude?
I live in New York.
Lore.
Oh,
I live
that's
in New
true.
York.
Yeah, no, there's
Motherfuckers
it's like
getting
the river
dumped in the
Styx
river.
over there.
Yeah, motherfuckers getting. You say that, but motherfuckers getting dumped in the Hudson every day. Like,
Trigger warning
shit ain't new.
for bodies. I'm about to get real gross.
Yay.
All right.
No.
So you guys approach this bloated, dead body.
Well, before we get up to the rope, I'm gonna. Eamon goes over to Fitz and kind of rubs his hands and looks up. The smell of the dead ocean kind of just hit me, and I go, "Yeah, Fitz. You've been around this stuff more than I have, and are we all gonna get big trench coats like that? Because that one's really cool on that guy."
Trench coats are a good accessory to have. They make you look dramatic as you walk away from things, and you can spend your salary on a big trench coat if you wish.
Okay, so it's not like giving. Okay, cool. If you guys want to go up, I can stay here.
No, you gotta do this. It's gonna push you alongside us.
I'm gonna be very conscious of like the Bay Bastions, and I'm like watching and like probably judging like the newbie interaction here, and I'm just gonna grab him by the back of the collar and just like push, like let's just get to this over
Let's
with.
just get the body. Let's just see it. Let's get it over with.
If you throw up, you throw up. Just get it out of your system.
Come on.
You throw up.
Okay. As you grab him by the scruff of the neck and drag him in, there are some chuckles from the Bastians.
Just wait until I get my coat and see who's laughing next, asshole. All right.
Get my coat.
The scene is gross. It's, again, wasn't joking, trigger warning. The body has obviously been waterlogged. It's been floating in the ocean or not the ocean, but it has been in water for a number of days. I should be making you guys roll for this shit, actually. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So, medicine checks, investigation checks, perception checks, anything like that you guys want to do in this environment to try and get some information about the crime scene, let me know. But there is a gross-ass body there, if anyone wants to investigate that specifically.
I also want to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Ooh.
Fascinating. Ooh, I love it. Okay.
I'm just going to do a regular schmegular old investigation check.
It does tell you the type of poison used. Not that there is any poison. Who said that?
Gonna ran into a family of sea urchins.
I can also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case.
Oh, this is good shit. Oh, you're about to be so impressive. All right. Anyone else do anything?
I'll do a perception check as I look around, and then I'll use my Kenku recall to give myself advantage on it. So
okay.
Bazinga.
Do you have to know what you roll before you use that? Like, can you roll it and then use the recall?
No, it says before rolling the d20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, this game's not good.
No, thank God I did get advantage on it. 21 for my perception.
Ooh.
Okay. And are you looking at anything specific or just sort of like a general staring directly at the body?
I think I'll let those who are more proficient in the medicine area to kind of look over the body. I'll be looking around to see if there's anything that, like, maybe any items that came off the person. If there was any, more of like the surrounding scene.
Okay.
If there's like a foot, I'll kind of kick it more towards his area.
Okay. So perception from you was a 21? 21. Very good. Detection for poison, still up, 2. Anyone else do anything before I start? Sarah?
Yeah. Eevee kind of takes that second, looks at the body, like rakes it over, and then kind of without pausing, walks up to it and is going to do a medicine check.
Okay.
And I would cast Jesus. I will do an investigation check, 'cause I can't do fucking magic. I'm not a magic person. Get that shit out of here. Good old fashioned look with my eyes. Then I'll add a D6 for race reasons, because that's the thing.
You can't just say that.
I mean, it's as clean as I can say it without spoiling things.
Okay.
Unfortunately. And then I'm gonna roll that bad boy. Who's gonna roll the extras? And I roll this. That's a 21 total.
Oh, so 221 perceptions?
Investigation.
Oh, investigation for you. Okay. And Eevee.
And an 18 on the medicine check.
18. Okay. I'm putting all those numbers into my massive computer brain and I'm compiling you guys' answers for the crime scene. So, first off, Tay, you get to the scene. There's a moment where you have to impress somebody, and none of these people know magic like you do. You don't know it super well, but you can tell none of these people know how to cast a single thing. At least none of the people here. So you go ahead and pop that spell. You immediately...
I'm going to take a yew leaf out of my pocket, and I'm just going to put it up in the air, and it's going to float, and I'm going to send it off to the body. And the yellow markings on my skin are going to glow a little bit, because that's in relation to the poisonous fish that's... Anyway, so...
That's awesome. As your magic descends on this corpse, you immediately get 2 distinct senses. Both of them poison. One of them is naturally occurring, so I will say you will know what that one is. The other one is not entirely natural. And it's almost not a poison. That one is weird. So I don't know how much you're going to be able to figure out about that one. But you do know for a fact that this person has wyvern venom in their system, which is an insanely uncommon thing to find in this city, especially because, you know this harbor, you know what threats fly over this area. There's no wyverns in this entire city. There should not be wyvern venom in this person. So that is immediately jarring and new information that would probably be figured out in an autopsy. The other
and
thing,
I wouldn't be able to tell the other poison.
The other poison is, it's not like some naturally existing thing, so I don't think it would present itself to you in name, but you do recognize a few details about it. It has been there a lot longer than the other poisons, or the other poison. One of them very recent and sort of like, stands out as still somewhat potent, even though this person has been dead for a while. The other one is pervasive. It has spread throughout the body. It is not localized to a wound or a specific organ. It is all-encompassing.
Could I get a sense of like how long it's been in their system? Or would I need to roll for that?
I would say you would need to roll for that. That is additional information you can get using the spell, but it would not be given to you by the spell.
Okay. What do I need to roll for that?
Make a medicine check.
15.
15. I will say with a 15, you will know it's at least been in there for a number of months.
Ooh, okay.
This has been something that's been affecting this person for a while. Okay. Any more questions before we move on?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Next up is perception check, purveying the scene. Mr. Eamon. I believe it makes a lot of sense if you're just trying to avoid looking at the body at all costs. You're sort of scanning the surrounding sand, the dirt, the sewer grate this thing originally was found in, this body. You are very knowledgeable about how this city is laid out. You're probably the best person in this group to know where different parts of this city lead from one point to another. For whatever reason, that sewer grate, you know where it should lead, or at least the connecting sections of sewer that specific tunnel exist in, right? They all have these sort of mazes that eventually culminate into the sea. But that one, it's more sectioned off from the rest of the city in Dwell Harbor, and it leads more directly into a smaller section, a subsection of this district itself.
Okay, well, at least we can get a general idea of where this came from. I will walk by Eevee and be like, I'm going to go look over there, and then, like Godzilla's atomic breath, I'm going to projectile vomit into the corner away, like at least out of the sight, where we have direct line of sight,
right.
But from the other bastions. But it's
just,
loud.
Like, awkwardly, like pat your back as you. Okay.
Like a xenomorph, it begins to disintegrate the walls. I'm just kidding. That's reckon.
Why are you going over there?
Huh?
Or was it just a throw up? It was just okay.
Yeah, it was a cover.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
You need a drink. I pull out like a flask and it is filled with water. I'm like, do you need a drink? Is that
actually,
out your mouth?
I put a liquid cure wounds into my water skin, and now everything tastes like a little breath of pineapple is still in there, and it's really making it gross because it's warm too. It's warm. Why am I carrying a water skin? There's water bottles around. I take your flask.
Okay.
Oh man. So that section of the city, or that section of Dwell Harbor, is known as the Yard. It is where a lot of dry docks for ships and constructing and repairing for ships are located. It's also where a lot of the warehouse for like storing cargo, loading ships, offloading ships, stuff like that. It is probably the least trafficked section of this city. So knowing that this sewer probably leads to that part of the city makes a lot of sense. And that's probably what you would know best. It's also cordoned off on its own for health reasons. There are a few like large scale, I don't know what a fish butcher is called, but there are a lot of like, warehouses where they just gut fish and fill the sewer with blood and chum. So they wanted to section that off so that, doesn't lead to the rest of the city.
I'll like kind of out the corners of my eyes kind of look at what everyone else is doing. And after I'm like done kind of connecting the links and I don't have anything else to do, I'll grab some sand and throw it in the air and kind of watch it and then like try to look like I'm doing other stuff. Like I know what I'm doing.
Like grabbing some leaves and letting them fall in the breeze.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
Just Sebastian.
Eevee, medicine check on the body. First, I would need to ask Tay, do you let them know about what you picked up on?
Yeah, I'd as soon as I stop glowing, I'd kind of like tilt my head confused, and I'm gonna turn to the others and be like, "There's 2 poisons in his system." And I'm gonna look at Fitzgerald and say, "Wyvern poison is the most recent. Probably what I guess finished the job." And I'm gonna turn towards Eevee and be like, "But there's another that I can't quite distinguish. It's not something specific, but it's been in a system for months."
Weird.
Can I
Give me a
get
sec.
like with that? With that information, I'm gonna guess here. Christian's gonna guess. Would I say like drugs? He works at a gym, steroids of some kind.
That was what my thoughts was.
Would that connect to what you were
Are you
describing,
asking me?
Sean?
I don't know.
I was like,
Yeah, like a drug or of some kind that you take constantly.
I don't know if peds are considered.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Hey, any medicine can be turned into a drug.
This guy's on Trenbolone. He's fucking yoked, dude.
it's horny goat weed, actually.
He's actually on those little pills you get at the gas station.
Yeah, he's on rhino pills. You find rhino pills, ashwagandha, and
In a 5-hour
and a
energy just
bunch
mixed
of
together.
gear.
Mixed together. It's a terrible
Chug
concoction.
that shit down.
So
I was thinking some kind of like drug, like enhancing drug.
So combining those things together, the thoughts sort of spinning around with the information from the spell and what you guys are sort of, looking into with the body. There is some avenue of thought there with like, okay, this guy is a fighter, pervasive, body encompassing poison. Maybe could be some sort of drug, or I mean, steroids would be more of a natural thing, so it's hard to tell without more pervasive study, but could be definitely potential in that theory.
Okay.
I-
Is there anything from like looking over? I know the body's like super bloated, but looking over like the actual physical body that would either confirm or deny that kind of thing,
confirm or deny,
or give more information towards. Yeah.
the going over the body. It is very, very muscular individual. That happens with a lot of pit fighters. They exist to work out and hit each other. So how strong and physically toned someone is, kind of hard to tell if this is abnormal. Pretty strong guy, though. Not insanely tall. This figure is probably about 5'8", 5'9", which most people think is really tall, but for the purposes of this this crime, not tall. There is a lot of long-healed scars across the body. The one thing you would notice is there's no wounds. Or at least none prior to this person's death. Maybe a few cuts and scrapes as they made their way out of the sewers to the actual ocean. But all of those cuts seem to have been post-mortem. Nothing on the body, at least you can see now, indicating a wound of any kind.
I mean, poison definitely makes sense. The only thing is it wouldn't... I don't see anywhere where it would have been administered unexpectedly, if that makes sense.
I mean, GM, I'm talking to you now, Sean. I did roll a 21 before the investigation.
Yes.
Could we get any further information from that with everything we've learned so far? Plus the thing I DM'd you about.
Oh, shit. I've been so immersed in my own story.
You've been in your game. I get it.
It's
Just so you can see what I did.
So many screens.
I know what... Yes, I do know what ability you were using.
If you want to flavor it differently. Because like we have the information we just had. And knowing that there's no track marks, there's no needle points, there's nothing there. And you said the body, it looks like it has scrapes and bruises, but at the same time, there's no like struggle marks. There's no
defensive wounds. There's no
defensive wounds.
Yeah.
So in my mind and in Fitz's mind, it's he knew this person that poisoned them, or they poisoned something of theirs with wyvern poison.
That is probably the best culmination of all the facts. This person was not attacked. This person was not defending themselves at the time that they died. This person does not have any physical wounds, so it's not like they were stabbed from behind with a poison blade or anything like that.
Yeah.
There is the most likely culmination of everything you've collected here is that this person either willingly or unknowingly ingested some sort of toxin. This wyvern poison, most likely, being the culprit that killed them. And they were deposited into the sewers and washed out to here to sea. Pretty good collection of facts, I would say, honestly.
Yeah. Solid grouping.
But that is the most likely,
Have you two seen something like this before? Not the body, the thing that was done to it.
Yes, I've at least seen my fair share of cases like this.
Why do people do it?
There's a bevy of reasons. Greed, revenge. We won't know until we get more clues, more evidence. And I don't want to just guess at a motive.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go check on Eamon really quickly. He's been throwing sand in the air for about 3 minutes.
He's got like a little sandcastle worth of sand. He's just been...
There's a full sandcastle, but I am hunched over at this point, and I'm writing in my notebook as you approach me.
No, I'm sorry, you changed. Okay, I'll be right back. And I kind of walk up behind you and I say, I think we're good. I think we've got everything we need.
It's all coming together. You see these drainage pipes, they come from the yard. The yard is something kind of like a dry dock. More people that are...
Before.
I'm sure you have. I don't know in what way you look there. Maybe we've met. Maybe I've delivered something to you.
Okay.
This drainage pipe leads out to the ocean, right? But it leads back into the dry dock, the yard. The yard dog. The yard dog is the chili dogs. The chili dogs, I've had them bad once, and let me tell you, it gets through. This gentleman here, no wounds, right? No wounds. But what he can tell you is that there's no forced entry or exit wounds inside of his body. Now, me, I got eyes. I can look, right? I can think. At some point,
maybe we should take
some
slow breaths together.
What I'm saying, right, is that it seems that the yard dog the food poisoning that runs this city, right? This is patient zero. This body shouldn't be around us. It shouldn't be around anybody.
I appreciate that you've
Look
slowed
at my-
your words down, but I really think we should take those breaths.
You look down at his notepad, and you see it is Eamon. He drew himself in a trench coat.
One of the guards standing near the barricades goes,
"Oh my God! Listen, I will grab the nape of your neck and bring you in close, and I will go."
I take your shoulders.
It's already begun. Yeah, we're intertwined.
Hey!
A single tear.
This kind of stuff, it happens here all the time. And I'm not going to say that it gets easier, but you will throw up less, okay? And this is just a job, right? So 5 breaths. Me.
Hardest breaths ever.
Do you want me to help you with that, or
What did you guys find?
did you not hear?
No, I was wondering. I
Hyperventilating.
thought the
Right.
sand thing would make people think I'm working on it.
Why don't we sit
hyperventilating.
down and I kind of wave Tay and Fitz over. I'm like, and we don't have to go back yet to see it. We can just talk about what we found over here.
Great.
Until further notice.
Could we hear like them earlier,
you
or
could
like?
definitely hear Eamon saying some shit. I don't think he made it out, but you could hear something going on over there.
Could I at least hear him mention like the? Could I at least hear him mention the yard?
You could definitely see him like bombastically pointing towards it at one point.
Yeah.
Can I do any kind of history check of what I would know about it?
Sure. You can have advantage too because you're from this part of the city.
Okay.
I also would like to pose as you're doing that role that I might know about this section of underground pathways because of my background feature.
Oh, you're a little scarier?
Which is that I know all the secret pathways in the city, like a little rat.
Interesting. I would definitely say that you've traveled to the sewers at some point. You've got a lot.
I got a 16.
16. Okay. We're gonna have to talk sometime about the goblin and kobold turf war that's happening down there.
I've been a referee before.
You said a 15?
Yes. No, it's 16.
16 for history check on the yard.
I did say 16, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I'll believe you. I won't even check
It
the
was a
footage back.
15 on the dice plus
make it
1.
up.
Executive decision, it was an 18 the whole time. So,
Ooh.
you, again, living this close to the yard for so long, you spent a lot of time occasionally being stationed for patrols there. You've definitely
Saw it being built.
partially, yeah. You do know that it is, again, sectioned off, so anything that would come from the yard would have to exit out of this one pipe, right? You know that for a fact. The other thing you would know about this, in the past, there have been shady dealings going on in the warehouses. Warehouses just naturally lend themselves to shady dealings because it is a very unresidential part of any city, right? It is just things being stored in a place. There could be either some clandestine meeting this person had, or they could have potentially had some dealings in something a little darker. You're not sure. It's not like there is a singular specific, oh, that's the bad warehouse. That's where all the criminals do crime in there. That kind of doesn't exist because otherwise it would have been shut down already.
But it's not really like a business place, right? Like would normal people just walk right on in there?
It is not business, it is industrial.
Mm-hmm.
So
but he would have like no reason to be there is what I'm trying to
unless
find
he
out.
took a second job as like a warehouse worker or some sort of person who loads and unloads ships, he would have no like reason to go there for downtime, just have fun, go to the the warehouse district for a little
Are
bit.
you telling me there's no crime alley in your city?
There is. It's in a different part of the city.
Isn't that a whole district though?
Yeah, it's called the Wallows. It's Crime Alley. There's a bunch of Batmans over there. And there's one Joker. But he's a stand-up comedian. He's very good.
Some sanity.
He's a good comedian.
Yeah.
I'd totally like relay information and be like, unless our guy picked up a second job, I'm gonna look over at Fitz. There's not really any reason why normal people would really be over there.
Then that sounds like our next destination.
What if we went through the sewers? We could see if there were any clues of when he got washed out.
I'm okay with that. I'm used to the water.
I'm not. It is a good idea. But
We could take 2 groups.
Split them.
true.
Yeah.
Yes, split up.
Do that. Go in uninformed and split the party.
Okay. I want to go a different direction.
Mhm.
Just let us know.
3 parties now. Fuck yeah.
Let's go. If you two are up for it to see if there's extra things down there, then I can't stop you.
Also, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go.
I meant to ask Sean, with how the sewer system is around that area,
Yes.
would there be any way somebody could fall in there, or would it's most likely he was dumped?
Falling into the sewers wouldn't cause death, especially with the poison being factored in.
No, I would just mean like if he like
I fully understand. It's most likely he was dumped. If he was poisoned,
Okay.
died, and then dumped into the sewer.
That would be really funny though, if that he was poisoned and this is not related. He fell in and broke his neck when falling into the sewer.
That's my third ruse. He was drunk.
He actually went into cardiac arrest and was just washed away into the sewer.
Yeah, it was a dare. Someone said, I bet you can't stand on that railing while drinking poison. And he said, bet. No.
See the look on
Flip
their
like the
faces.
Titanic. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is very unlikely somebody just, happened to fall into the sewers after being poisoned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just regardless,
Can't
it's
rule
very
it out.
unlikely. You can't. Maybe someone left a manhole
Also,
cover.
Yeah. Like a
Fitz
Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Fitz will bring up. He'll be like, I mean, we don't know when he washed up, but it might be. I mean, that there's water going through that all the time, so any evidence might have been washed away with him.
Sure, but you never know.
Fair enough. And I found that evidence in crazier places. So,
Name 7. I'm kidding.
you want me to name 7?
I really don't.
Uh,
I appreciate
Damn.
it, though. I like the yes ending. I'm happy to
of
see
course.
it.
course.
So, it looks
that
like
shit.
you guys are deciding to go into the sewer?
2 people are
Yes.
going into the sewer. I'm staying above ground.
I
Tattoo.
grow webs between my fingers.
Got you. But you're all going in that direction, just in
Yes.
different elevations, I guess.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch Eevee do that, and I'm gonna hold up my own webbed
thanks.
hands, and I'm just gonna be like, "That's so cool."
Thank you. It's helpful to have something to concentrate on.
Just staring intently. It's just like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Copying.
Okay. Well, as you guys suit up to dive into the sewers, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Because,
I'm gonna bake some cookies.
oh, okay. We've been going for a
That's
while.
quite a break.
Hell yeah. But when we come back in like 10 minutes, because I think that's the line editing Sean decided to do, we're going to go for 10 minutes, then you guys are going to come back and see a little bit of investigation on this place, okay? So, go away for 10 minutes and come back refreshed so we can all play this game together, okay?
Or just stare at the screen.
Bye.
That too.
Bye. I said bye. We're out. What's up, gamers? I've never.
My name is Markiplier.
You could have landed it.
Hello, my name is Markiplier. No. So we're back. We're here.
We're back.
Like the movie. Love that movie.
Damn.
God. some
Mile a minute.
No, my brain is unmoored. Hi, we missed you. Hope you had a good break. We are back in the game. We're getting right back in the saddle as our party had just finished exploring this man's corpse. What the fuck, dude? But you guys found out a lot of really good information. Put a good number of theories up on the board. Put some pins in them. And now you've decided to, the last I remember, travel down a sewer pipe to see what you guys find.
Half the party decided to do that.
Sorry, yeah, half a sewer pipe. My mistake.
What?
Also, Father DM said that I could grow functional gills, so...
I do not appreciate being called Father DM. I'm going to put that right on the board. Big, bold letters. Please
Okay,
call me-
Father GM.
Yeah, call me BM. Big Daddy.
Or bowel movement? Take your pick.
Well, you guys are traveling through a sewer. So, how are we breaking this party into pieces?
Me and Eevee are going in the sewer.
Okay.
I'll stick with Fitz.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll go with Eamon.
Just in case he gets like jumped for any reason, I just feel better if we're sticking in groups.
If I get jumped, that's an interesting theory.
I might get jumped. Fuck it. Who knows?
Oh no.
I will say there's
Yeah.
2 petals left on that flower. Let's
A
find out.
comedic large anvil could land on my head and you'd have to save me.
This is
so.
true.
What is up with you and being a Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Yeah. You notice Eamon's holding a big stick of dynamite. He's,
It says
blowing in
actually.
his,
Yeah,
his
he's
hair
actually
goes back.
he's just wearing a tie and nothing else this whole time. He hasn't even asked.
Yeah.
Bold that no one said anything until this point.
Anyways,
How do you get away from that?
so one group going overland will take you longer to get there. Just putting that out there. Twisting and turning through the roads.
Cool.
And the other group going through the waterlogged sewers. Okay. Who wants to go first? I'm gonna leave that decision to you guys. Who wants to do their scene first?
I think as Eamon and Fitz are walking, just not saying anything. It's like, you doing okay? You good?
Yeah.
Better?
I'm kind of, it's just got to get used to it and everything like that. So, yeah, I'm doing fine. Doing fine.
Just gonna say that as a Bastion, you're probably gonna see a lot more dead bodies. Some better, some worse.
Yeah, it's just like a whole new thing for me. So, baby steps, as they say, or, finding one corpse. And it's good it started at this level, right? Like maybe if I, saw 7 that, slowly lost their lives over time, and then this would hit me harder, so starting cold shower.
Well, I will warn that you never get used to seeing a dead body.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that is true too. I guess
that
that is true too, because you don't want to get too used to it. But for our job, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
No. Those who get used to seeing dead bodies are psychopaths or coroners. So, take your pick.
Yeah, I'd rather not be either of those. So let's.
Coroners make good money.
Sorry, I just had a point of clarification. Did you guys tell any of the Bastions
Yes. Oh, yes.
what you
yes,
found?
yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't know if you guys were just like,
we just
"All right."
walk off.
We're done.
Justice. We just walk off.
Okay.
I would go to the commanding officer and be like, "Hey, we're done with this scene."
We don't have to roleplay it. I just wanted to make sure, if
We did just leave.
if you told them the information or if you didn't, 2 different things. Okay.
No, Fitz would have made it a point to tell them all that they found, information wise. Not trying to keep secrets from fellow officers. That's crazy. Just as we're walking, so it's like, yeah, speaking of jobs, you said you are a courier?
Yeah, it's a little bit on hiatus, but I got bills to pay and stuff. So, I still probably might do it on the side every now and again. Pick it up, gig work. You know how it is.
What company did you work for? Hermes International, Prime Parcel, for sale?
It's more of one of those companies. It's very small and indie. It's very, and then I look at you, underground.
You can say it's illegal.
Are you a narc?
Technically, yes.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess that makes me feel better. No,
Hey, it makes you feel better.
This.
Technically, you are too now.
Oh, so I have like diplomatic immunity or whatever.
No.
I guess that's fair.
As a matter of fact, you have less authority in that matter. Internal affairs will get on your ass immediately.
Gotcha. Well, I'm not doing anything bad right now.
You don't want to meet internal affairs. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you know when we get paid? And is it within the next 2 days?
Dude, I would know that answer.
It's not within the next 2 days.
That's not with it. Do you want reassurance, or do you want me to lie?
I think I need the truth for this one.
We're not getting paid in the next 2 days.
Do we have like a payday advance thing?
Sometimes, but I wouldn't push it for new hires.
Okay.
We haven't even solved this case yet. We solved the case with...
I thought we'd have like orientation money, thinking that like we get paid for those hours. I mean, that's only what that's the only thing that like I can possibly think of, so that's kind of a bummer. At some point, right, I am going to have to make the decision of getting paid, whether that be going back to my old job for a little bit, maybe at night.
Is this your old job that you're in debt to?
It's just kind of a general debt. It's we don't get into the logistics of it. More people get sucked in, the more people know, the stronger it grows. Oh,
fair enough.
What about you, Fitz? You seem like a mysterious fellow. I look at you and your aura makes it so that wallpaper peels off the side of walls.
Apt description.
Yeah, I have an uneasy feeling with you around, and I'm not trying to be, a jerk in any sort of way or fashion, but there's something that oozes out of you that makes it so I am not comfy.
Could be the missing arm. Lifts the mechanical arm up.
I've seen full like they're not even like augments of that. They're full, automaton or whatever. Right. And that's cool. That's not really what it goes beyond the brass, as they say. So it seems to be something with you.
Guess you'll have to investigate to find out.
Well, guess the investigation starts now. Flips open a notepad. Case 2. Fitz and the unearthly aura. Do I say chapter or note 1? I'll write chapter. Chapter 1.
Yeah, that's your notebook is your database. You need to keep that on you at all times.
I'm glad that I used the first page well. The indentation of my drawing
I forgot that
is still on the second page. So as I write, it like slowly reveals itself. I have a tendency to push down hard when I write.
No, hey, your notebook is your space. You can do whatever you want with it. I won't judge. I've seen worse.
I'm sure, and I want to say, Fitz, same for you. I've dealt with a lot of people, and you may have a weird thing about you, but so does the rest of us. Some of the nicest people I do. Whatever's in the past is in your past. I'm a new blank slate, and clearly, as far as I know, we're working for the same reason. So
sure,
just well, hey, and don't elaborate on that. I'll write that down. 1, don't have Fitz elaborate on his goals. Awesome. But as of right now, sheriff and deputy, No, we should probably keep it equal level. It's fine. We'll keep going.
I'm here to help any way I can.
Ditto.
And with that,
I notice a bird falls out of the sky dead. Is that you?
Yeah, foreshadowing sometimes. With that, though, we will slide directly down through the sedimentary rock.
Goes through the dirt and the pipes.
They're like dinosaur bones and shit.
Yeah.
and we will see Tay and Eevee on their little trip through the sewers. Are you guys chatting? Are you guys doing anything super fun down there in the
Can we
shit tunnel?
chat?
I would allow it if you guys would want to. Equal time and
Okay.
all. It is debate night.
What's the level of the sewage?
Right up to your nose. No.
That's what I was saying. It's like, do we have to like,
No.
so what do you do for fun?
After the first probably 10 feet of the pipe, it actually becomes like knee height and slowly gets lower as you go down.
Okay.
What's the smell like?
It smells like shit.
Okay.
It smells like shit
right.
reaching the ocean. It's very bad. This is, you have a combination of this city's waste, or at least this portion of the city's waste. A lot of like leftover discarded fish parts that are just sort of collected on the sides, almost like caked onto the side in some places. There is a lot of like viscera and blood. There is a lot, not human blood, it's mostly fish guts. You would know that. Mm-hmm. There are just a lot of bad things mixing together to make one really, really bad smell.
And I'm also barefoot. This is great. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be walking through and so seem pretty comfortable amongst the smell.
Yeah, sorry for the kind of gross. They're gonna take out their warhammer and cast light on it just to get a little bit more, so we can keep an eye on our surroundings as we head through. And
you don't have dark vision, do you?
I don't think so. No,
I do.
that's why I got light.
Nice. Hell yeah. It's way too bright in here, Tay.
It's so bright.
Ugh.
No. Please continue.
So sorry about the whole offering my hand to someone that clearly made you uncomfortable thing. I was kind of trying to get a read on him, but I could see how that may have made you uncomfortable.
I'm gonna kind of like chuckle and like don't even apologize for it. I'm sorry for being immature. I was just being a little petty.
Right. So did you join the Bastions because people would act like that to you in the Marines?
No. I was a Marine, and those guys are the Bastions that we've occasionally had to work with. It wasn't my first pick to be a Bastion.
Oh. So you don't really think that the Bastions are very good?
No. You see, in the Marines, we kind of take on a lot more of the heavier jobs. The Bastions, especially of Bay Harbor, are known more for paperwork. And so, let's just say that, being on the field with them on certain cases, I wasn't the most friendly. And now I've kind of been demoted in a sense.
So it's not that you disagree with them morally or anything, you just got in trouble.
You could say that.
Is your mom still around?
She is.
Okay.
Lord, if you could ever get her away from her position, that'll be a cold day in hell. Anyway, so why did you join the Bastions?
Well, I'm kind of like putting the hammer at like all sides to keep looking and making sure. Well, I've been doing a lot of research into what this city has. You know, this city actually a good amount of years ago. I don't think I didn't ask how old you were. Sorry, I promise I'll answer. How old are you?
Like 170 something.
Okay, all right. So you probably weren't around for when, the city got rebuilt and everything. Or you were?
No.
Sean? No? Okay,
that
no.
was way before your time.
Yeah.
The laws and everything in the city have changed a lot, and I've kind of been doing some research into that. And one of the best places to figure that kind of stuff out is on the ground, boots in experience. So can't read forever.
So you wanted field work for research?
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, Eevee. Your abilities are incredibly useful for this kind of job.
Thank you.
However, it's also incredibly useful for any kind of crime in the city. I hope you understand that with having such a weak reasoning, I want you to understand when I say that I'm going to have to take everything you do with a grain of salt.
Why?
Why not? You haven't really
I guess
shown...
take everything with a grain of salt from everyone, but...
Yeah. What is it exactly that you're researching about the laws here? What is it that you're looking to find?
I really didn't. I told her that I didn't think that people would think that was a good reason. But she said that it would be good. So this happens to me a lot. I do wanna say this. I guess I'm a little bit of a inquisitive person, and that makes people uncomfortable. But the reason that I want to know is that I've been in a lot of places where a lot of people do a lot of bad things. That's true. There's a lot of places in this city that are like that. But I've just never really been able to fully understand. I'm a cleric of Talkir, knowledge is our thing. And I've always been taught that with knowledge comes understanding. But I've gotten all of this knowledge and I haven't understood any of it. So I see people out there every day doing wrong things for really good reasons. And I see people out there doing really right things for the worst reasons you could imagine. So I'm just trying to figure out, why is a law the way that it is? Is it for a good reason? Does it matter?
Then that prompts the question. Say we find a murderer in this case, but you find his reasoning just. Will you do your job and turn him in for the murder that he committed? Or will you take it upon yourself to judge him for his just reasoning and let him go?
I should start by saying that I think killing is bad. And generally, no, always wrong. I don't really think it's my place to let someone go. But I do think that it could be my place to help someone in other ways.
Then let me give you an example. Say in this case, this guy was poisoned. You don't know why. Say, for whatever reason, he was some kind of underboss of some sort, and he was blackmailing a family and threatening children. And the father of those children decided to take measures into his own hands and get rid of the man threatening the livelihood and the lives of his children. Would you see that as a just reasoning and let him go? Or would you still have him taken away from his children in order to serve his time?
Is this a total hypothetical?
It is. It's testing the limits of this neutrality that you have in the search of your knowledge. Knowing and understanding are two different things.
Ooh, sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a click. Is that on my side? I'm
getting it too.
What? Oh, is it the music?
No. Okay, I think it's gone. Sorry, I know that's for an intense.
That's fine. I'm in thrall.
Hey,
Well, I had my mic muted, so I don't know, but it's gone now. So is it when my mic's muted?
I don't know. I didn't hear it, so I don't know if there's a.
I don't have anything coming up on the wave signature.
I'll pull mine up in case. Hey, I will answer your question. And of course I don't mean to be disrespectful, because you are older than me. But I think that I've entered into this relationship with everyone with a good amount of good faith. And this line of presumption feels unfair. I'm here to do research. And I hope that you would understand that research isn't exactly hands-on. I know this is unconventional, but I can't really get answers if I meddle in the expected process of things. I'm a researcher. Do you understand what I mean? So if the Bastions say that someone is supposed to be turned in, my research doesn't end when we find someone bad. It goes all the way through.
Hypothesis, study, results. That's what you're here for?
Yeah.
She's gonna nod and say, it's true that you have been here and extending a lot more information about yourself very willingly, all in good faith as well. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just, with this line of work and with your abilities, I hope you understand my hesitancy to trust so easily.
Not the first time someone's thought I was a criminal.
I don't think you're a criminal. The thing is, I don't know what you are. Not just with your looks, but if your personality changes as well, that's something that I've yet to see.
Do a little dance. I'm not joking. Eevee does like a little kick, and chuckles a little and says, "Well, I mean, I know that this might seem kind of counterintuitive, but what you see is kind of what you get."
She's gonna chuckle and be like, "I hope so, because what I've seen isn't bad, and I hope that that is what we get. Is you."
You too. I mean, obviously you have some things that you are trying to prove, but I think you're very strong. And I really think a kite's is cool, so I can't wait until we can see them again. So
I'm gonna look up okay, I'm glad you think she's cool. She seems to take a liking to you. She mentioned she liked the way you smell. Take that as you will.
I don't think we're gonna smell good after we get out of here, but I will take it.
Okay. As you guys
Can we be
through shit,
making perception checks while we're having this conversation?
I would assume so. Go ahead and make a perception check if you'd like to. Also, the SEAL team above ground can do that as well.
I'm above the sewers. I got my hands above my head, walking with Fitz, and I go, I think we should just fucking kill this guy when we find him. I think
Due process.
Gotta get rid of him.
Oh yeah.
He probably did this for his family. I say, fuck it. Who gives a
He
shit?
probably did this for
Like,
some noble reason. Fuck
He
his
either
ass.
did it or didn't.
Yeah, crimes are illegal for a reason.
Yeah.
What if we
Oh,
use
I should
my
probably
passive
actually.
perception?
Is it lower than the roll you asked for?
Yikes.
That'd be crazy. That would be kind of crazy, huh?
I will potentially take one of my squiggly points too.
Your squiggly points to transition it to
What
the
are they
passive
called?
instead? My shenanigans points? My very
Oh,
aptly named after the restaurant shenanigans?
Points. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
use a shenanigan.
You guys should have 2 because it's the second session and you guys didn't use any of them last session.
Well,
Mhm.
my passive perception is a 16. I rolled a 6.
You're using a schmiggly point too?
Oh wait, no, that's plus 6. I rolled
That's
8.
Oh no.
Pretty bad. So we got 1 schmiggly point being used for what is the passive?
19.
19. Okay. No, I know.
Damn.
I'm kidding.
So good at looking.
Eamon, to answer your question, we are meant to apprehend. But if push comes to shove, and we have to, then we do. Only if we're in danger or they are endangering somebody else. We do our best to make sure that we get the perp properly.
Understood.
Otherwise, you have to do a bunch of paperwork.
Oh. I thought this was field work.
No, well, field work comes with paperwork.
Oh.
So you're
How
gonna,
much
you're gonna,
paperwork do we do?
you're gonna have to write down everything you've done
Oh.
during this case. So you're gonna have to talk about throwing up.
Oh, okay. Can we say that the killing thing wasn't said? That wasn't off record. We should have a keyword for when we're speaking off the record. Let's say let's
Everything that pertains to the case, not
Oh, okay.
personal conversations.
Just making sure. All right.
You're-
That's
you're-
cool. Cool. Hey.
You're legally fine.
Okay. Cool. I just want to make sure. I don't want to feel like I'm on all the time, you know?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Just know that we will, if we do have to take action, you will have to fill out a bunch of forms, and
Listen, I've scrapped in my day. All right. I understand.
I've seen that. I point to your brick on a rope.
Thank you.
It's quite I gotta say, that's one of the most unconventional weapons I've ever seen.
And yet, I use it the best out of everything. I've tried swords and hammers and sticks and clubs and bats with nails in them. And this is just what's stuck. And I'm like spinning it on this rope. All trusty.
So it's like a rope dart, but the dart part is a cinder block.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the brick hasn't broke. I don't know. It's like, it just doesn't it doesn't.
It's one of the strongest bricks on the planet.
I know. I just don't know.
So,
Yeah.
if and when we do upgrade our equipment, are you going to upgrade the brick?
I look down all trusty and the wind blows through my feathers. No. And I put it back down. I don't think so.
At that, you'll see him tap his rapier and go, I know, I totally understand.
When you know, you know. It's like getting, if you're putting your life on the line for something, you gotta trust your equipment. Yours is a rapier, probably forged very well. Mine is a brick on a rope, and I'm aware of what it can do. So that's what works. So, your thing, my thing,
And it works.
our thing.
Yeah, you do what you can with what you got, and you do it well.
As you two are traversing over the surface,
Mhm.
there is actually a lot more area to cover. So I'm going to need you actually to make me a survival check to see if you can try and trace the sewers that they would be taking.
Could I offer, because Eamon knows the neighborhood, so I want to give him advantage on this roll.
That's totally fine.
Survival.
Yes. Use your wisdom.
All right.
So you have advantage.
10.
You have
With
advantage. With advantage?
That was-
Because I rolled it first, and then you gave me advantage, so I just rolled it again.
Okay.
I have a +0 to survival.
Oh, you didn't tell me. Shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that. I mean, it was narrative.
Yeah,
Narratively, it would make
it's
sense.
narratives. Yeah. Narrative would make sense. So I'll stick with it.
Okay.
Fuck it.
What's yours?
Mine's I have a +4 to survival.
Trust me, Fitz. Listen, I know this place like the back of my hand.
Don't you?
I have no idea where we are.
Don't Kenku malt
Yeah.
a lot.
So you guys get lost for about 25 minutes.
Yeah.
We were already going to get there early. Now we're going to get there extra.
You guys are following essentially a tunnel. They're walking through a part of the city above.
All we have to do is smell. Just lift our noses up and smell the stank, and we'll get there
Eventually.
eventually.
But what's the perception check from the underground team? Team Mole.
Well,
19?
shenanigan is
Yes.
congratulations,
You schmiggly
right?
pointed, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Schmiggly.
at a certain point in the tunnel, you realize that you're now going from just traversing from the bay underneath the ground to actually being directly underneath like streets and parts of the city. You can see, not necessarily tunnels, but like where buildings and piping is actually being fed into this sewer, and you realize, oh, there's occasional manhole covers. We are now under the actual town. So starting to keep eyes out for any sort of clues or just strange markings, things denoting difference or abnormalcy is pretty good with a 19, especially with your light. You do occasionally see parts of that like encrusted almost fish bile, what's it called? Not detritus. Is it detritus? The chum that has been caked onto the side of the sewer. In some places, you can see where something has brushed against it and broken pieces of it off, denoting that something with some heft swept through here recently. You also see that the water level was a little higher due to the rain last night, but that has sort of leveled out. So you can see, a very hard to see trail of these scuff marks and breaks in that sort of buildup that grows on the side of this tunnel. And you kind of use that as a guiding point to follow further in the right direction.
I do. I point those out to Tay, and I forgot to say something.
Well,
Which is,
oh,
hell yeah, we'll
yeah.
say it.
Same
Which
time.
is that as Eevee uses the hammer to like indicate these areas as they're going along, Eagle Eyes might notice that while their shield is really fucked up and beat to shit, this warhammer looks pristine. It's beautiful, untouched. But yeah, they point it out to you as we go along. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna actually say, just like as we're going along, Tay's just gonna be thinking and be like, also with your shape-shifting abilities, we need a code word.
Okay.
I need to make sure that you can communicate to me whenever you're not you, I guess. And even if it's on the fly or undercover, whatever ends up needing to happen.
Right. Like a code word. How about, and then something unearthly and strange comes out of their mouth and they look at you expectantly.
I don't think that I don't think that can be used casually in a conversation.
Good point.
ooh,
I
code word,
love
like-
whenever I do I see Sean put his head in his hand.
So immediately, like, oh yeah, this
I know.
change thing in the tunnel's like, we need a code word. Okay. And so screams.
Hell?
I just know I've done a good job. Right. Okay. Like a common word that anyone would expect to hear normally in a conversation.
And
Or
How about I work in the word cobblestones?
I wonder if you could actually. We probably could discuss this with the team as well, but we could probably have a code word for you to use either just for you or one for each of us, just in case anything were to happen. Say we're undercover or under some type of illusion spell, you know?
Right.
If yours is cobblestone, I'll go with pufferfish for mine.
It's really cute.
Interesting.
It's not in character. I just think it's really cute.
So the surface team
Okay.
arrives at the cobblestone and pufferfish factory.
Yes.
Oh, no. Who'd have thunk it?
All in one building.
Who'd have
This
seen
is so convenient.
All in one building.
Oh, shit. Who's who?
They're using the cobblestones on the pufferfish.
As you're sort of discussing potential code words and following that trail, you do eventually find this one. It's not like a pipe. It actually is like, I don't know what part of the world you all live in. Do they have bulkheads for cellars?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These two are like double doors that swing up that lead to like
We
a
called them
staircase.
storm doors.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. So you find a bulkhead. It's almost like from your perspective, it is a sliding like ramp upwards that would be used to just pour things into the sewer. That seems to be where this trail has led you. Almost directly to this incline that leads to these two metal doors that are currently closed. But you don't see
Is
any
it-
markings leading further down the trail.
Does feel like a place where it would be pretty easy to dump a body, right?
100%. I'm gonna try to. Can I do a strength check to open it?
Sure.
Is there a lock on it?
From this side, you don't currently see a lock.
Okay. If there's a lock, I'm gonna try to break it. I have a confidence in my strength
Wait,
abilities.
hold on. 1 second. And is it okay if I and
Sure.
holds out a hand?
Sure.
I'm gonna high five you.
Perfect.
Cool. And as you high five, Eevee is going to the little fractal on their hand alights, and they're going to cast enhance ability on you with bull strength.
Oh,
Nice. Take advantage on your strength checks.
Fuck yes. Okay. I got.
are you guys being quiet?
Oh, thank God.
Probably should have asked that before, but
Okay.
I assume
That is a dirty 20.
dirty.
That's
20.
up to Tay. I
No, I'm gonna just push it on open.
Okay. There is not a lot of
Whatever metal sounds, it's just gonna sound.
there isn't a lot of traction or grip because you are on like a 45-degree angle slope, but with the magic coursing through you that Eevee just pumped into you, you do get a hefty push on this door. And you do feel some resistance mid-push as there isn't a lock, but there's like a latch from the other side that seems to function the same because who the fuck would try and break open the sewer door? But you do feel it give halfway through your push as it just snaps off and like rolls into the room beyond. As you,
I just really love that so far it's been like pretty canon that Tay is strong as fuck. Very proud.
it
say magic was involved. Check the tape. Check the tape. Magic was involved.
The
here.
other times it was not, so
Yeah.
wasn't.
suck it,
But
Sean.
this time, magic was involved. Asterisk. Babe Ruth. Asterisk. Babe Ruth, the baseball player. Yeah, he was a baseball player. You should know sports. So you rip the door open, and the metal latch does go flying into the space beyond, which you can hear as it tumbles through whatever floor or warehouse it is currently in. Does seem to be spacious. You can tell that immediately from the sound. You also can tell that there is a lurching metal sound that encompassed this entire space currently. That is something that happened.
Are there other people in here?
Make a perception check.
Oh shit.
Big warehouse.
Oopsies.
I will say also, Fitz, what's your passive?
My passive is, give me a moment, 18.
18. Okay.
22.
22. Very good. I would say with your 18, as Eamon is leading you down the third wrong turn,
I'm just about to find it, you know? This is at the intersection of, there are no street signs. It is very confusing.
you do hear like this, just like a, not that loud, but you do hear that sort of trigger that instinct in the back of your head.
Okay.
I've like written out where we've been walking.
It's a square.
Let me take a shot at the directions real quick. I'm just gonna follow where the sound came from.
Oh.
You could begin heading in that direction.
Yeah.
But Tay, as you
This goes outside the square we've been walking around 3 times in a row. Are you sure about? Maybe you're right.
Hey, give me a shot.
The square is the crime scene.
Yeah, you notice it's etched into like the whole paper.
The sound you immediately give off is not met with any sort of hostile action immediately. As you take that moment and just sort of survey the room with that, what you're hoping isn't quick jump into combat, standing there holding the door open, you are able to see with the light coming off of the Warhammer that this is currently not occupied by anyone. This is an empty warehouse space.
Man, I had a cool like entrance line and everything.
Yeah, I stole it from you when I consumed it.
I'll use it some other time.
No, because the bull strength's gone. The space is filled with a lot of crates, sort of blocking your view, but again, there is no sound of like people working or traversing this space. It is a currently unoccupied warehouse, except for you and obviously Eevee.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of the way and hold the crate. No, not the crate, but the doors open for Eevee.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
The
you.
bulkhead.
Scrambles out.
Okay.
Puts away my Warhammer. Hamburger.
Hamburger. I
Hamburger.
wore hamburger.
Typer in the group chat.
Also, I'm gonna look at the shield now that like we're in like a bit better lighting too, and like see all the it's like dented and like scratched up and everything. I'm gonna like reach out, like I'm gonna like touch it, and I'm just gonna say, you know, we can get you a new shield.
With what money?
I'm just saying, like, in the bastions, once we get a paycheck, you know, we can also look into what kind of arsenal they might be able to offer. I mean, the Marines do it.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We'll get you. We'll get you suited up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eevee gives you like a little bit of a like deer in the headlights look for a second, and then just turns around and is like, anyway, this warehouse.
As you guys begin absorbing your surroundings, Fitz and Eamon. Fucking Christ! I'm gonna get it about episode 90.
You got it.
In.
You got it.
I'm gonna get the name.
Episode 90. Jeez.
You guys do eventually come upon the outside of this like kind of smaller warehouse. There's a lot of these long, like probably business-owned ones that look like they do a lot of more business. This one is somewhat compact on the cross section of one of these like grid-like streets. That seems to be where the sound came from.
Does this warehouse have any identifying features, a name?
It does not have a name. It does not have like a business's logo or anything. It just looks like it looks like it could be rented out by someone if it needed to be.
You heard this? You heard the sound coming in from here?
I did, yes.
You think it's some kind of underground fight club?
I think it might be our compatriots.
Oh.
Though Fight Club is the close second.
Yeah, or like a nice speakeasy.
Possibly. Though I don't understand why a speakeasy would be necessary. Alcohol is not banned.
Well, it's like hip.
We have speakeasies in real life.
Yeah, I was like,
fair enough. Can I just Is there like a door or like a
There's
gate?
like a small gate around it. Yeah. It has this like big chain, big, very confident padlock on it. No one would ever get inside that.
No one. I'll try.
Okay.
Just
think
grab it
you're-
with
As the rogue walks up to it.
You think you're brave enough, dude. My locks are pretty secure.
I mean, that last lock was pretty fucked up. There's magic and
Yeah.
all. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
That was one.
As you're picking it, Eamon will pull out a newspaper. I'll keep watch.
There's a bunch of like squares cut out of it for flashcards.
Yeah.
the flash card. Oh my
That's what I'm
god.
looking through.
That's a fantastic.
So,
18 sleight of hand.
18 sleight of hand? Easy enough. The DC was like a 10. This thing is rusted and old. The only challenge is that it might not move because it is so rusted with seawater.
Okay, so I asked. Thank you for bringing that up. So it looks like this chain has been here the entire time. Like this isn't a new chain or a new.
Correct. This does not look like it has been opened.
Okay.
So
Really?
that's a piece of
Okay.
information for you.
Okay. So it looks like this place hasn't been opened. Okay,
It looks like this
So,
gate
like-
hasn't been opened.
this gate hasn't been opened.
Yes.
But the lock and the chain look like they've been heavily used before.
It looks like the lock and chain have been sitting here rusting in
Okay.
the sea breeze for probably years.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you're not sure how often this entrance is used.
Gotcha. This entrance, good call.
Mhm.
Okay. And so Eamon, you just see like Fitz grab it, and then all the little mechanisms and machinations of his robotic hand just working at it, and then he just pulls it down.
Sorry, I'm
Unchanged.
holding for a helicopter that's flying right over my place. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
These
back
damn
up.
arcane birds.
Yeah. I don't know how you want to do this. Do you want him to say that again so I can react to it?
No, hey, that's up to editing.
I'm being so for real. I don't know how you wanted to like figure it.
For the podcast,
Clear.
I can edit out for the stream. I think that's pretty funny.
Okay.
Fine, I'll do it again.
Hold
Fuck
for
it.
playing?
Hold for plane.
Hold for plane, everybody. Hold for plane.
All right, we're in.
Rolling.
Go back. Speeds.
Speeds.
Marker.
Marker.
So
Film school. You fuck.
I miss it. So
I hate
you break the lock, get inside. Easy peasy. Or you don't get inside, but the lock is open. The gate is open. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll open the gate, and then I'll put the chain in the lock back, but I won't close it all the way.
Oh, interesting. A ruse. I love those.
This one
That's,
looks untouched.
What's who made your arm? Like, is your arm from the like bastions and stuff? Is that from your time or?
No, this is after my initial run with the Bastions. This is a nice piece of work. From,
What else can it do?
Right now, it's just there's a pause when you ask that question. For right now, it should focus on getting us out of a jam if necessary. Lockpicking seems to be the primary jam we're constantly getting in front of. But as to who made it, this is a very nice mechanic I know. They are nice is the nicest word I'll use.
You know, that's the problem I have with augmentate, like mechanics that make like, oh, I lost a finger, and now you're gonna make a big deal, like asking me how. Well, make sure next time the finger. Listen, all right. Did I just
You
like
froze
totally
like this. You're like,
freeze? Dude, I
I
have
love
no
the
problem
rant.
with the internet whatsoever. I go on a little rant, and then that's when it cuts off.
Yeah. Well, they are eccentric, excitable. They love inventing. Let's just say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I got
Yeah,
a
that
great
makes
rate. I got a great rate for it, so I'm not going to complain.
I know, there's all these doohickeys and everything. That's really cool.
Flexes it a little bit.
A shadow box.
Hey, since someone else did it, roll me a perception.
What?
check.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, baby.
I don't like this. I don't like this precedent I've set for you all.
I have this really
We are
cool
making
dice.
rolls now.
We were making rolls for
My
ourselves here.
perception is 21.
Oh, that's
You when he does this,
Mhm.
you see a little barrel on the palm of his hand.
Hmm.
like Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Exactly like Donkey Kong. It's got DK on it and everything. But if you're familiar with, I don't know how familiar you are with in your line of work, what barrels like that look like.
Yeah, you know what that is.
I can put 2 and 2 together.
You know what that is.
Yeah. Cool.
You stare down enough of them.
Yeah, for real. Usually not in the palm of a hand.
And now you realize like every time he's like grabbed you to reassure you, it's wind with that hand.
Yeah, no, I know that. Look, the safety's on, you know?
Yeah, the safety's on.
You hear it click every time he grabs your shoulders. Like,
You just thought it was like a bug.
You keep patting my head with that arm.
It's like specifically, just keep going like
Yeah.
this. Palm out. It's crazy. But we'll make our way towards the warehouse.
Okay.
If there's another lock, I'll bust that lock too.
I'm not even gonna make a roll for this one. It's
Sick.
were you gonna say something?
No,
Was there a bit we missed? Put it on the counter. 2.
Yeah.
Count them 2.
boner.
2 bits.
I'm so sorry. I'll slow down.
Plus, damn.
There's I'm not even gonna make you roll for this lock. It is much weaker, and the only reason it's not as difficult to get into is because it's not rusted. So you're
Right.
able to just sort of like almost break it at that point and just roll open these side doors, which you two inside hear him sort of roll open that door.
Mm-hmm. I'll ask you before I open that. Is there any like signs of activity outside this warehouse before we even get there?
Passive investigation for you is
My passive investigation is 19.
okay.
Twins.
It's
God damn.
kind of difficult to notice for most people, obviously. But as you're sort of trotting from the fence to the actual door, you just sort of scan around and occasionally you glimpse what could be someone walking around here on like the inside yard of this place. Maybe an occasional trail of footsteps, sort of disturbed by the elements.
Yeah. Any drag marks?
No drag marks. Good call.
Oh.
No drag marks. But there are like very occasional, like 1 or 2 sets of footprints that have been sort of resettled by the elements.
And these are
Just-
more recent than the gate we used.
Oh, yes. Like,
Okay.
again, it
Would
either
you
looks
say-
like they jumped the gate or they have another way into this area because that gate has not been touched.
Would you say they're, I don't know, 5 days old at the oldest?
No. The most recent set of footprints is probably a little older than that.
Oh, okay. Most recent is older than. Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Hmm.
Oh, more than 5 days.
More than 5 days. Okay.
Is something you've seen, Fritz? Or...
Well, we have a number of footprints. Might be suspects. Might not
Okay.
be. But
So at some point, someone was walking around this warehouse at some point in time.
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right.
And at some point, I mean, they didn't break the lock like I did.
Hmm.
They hopped over, I'm guessing.
Hmm.
Seeing he points out the footprints for him for Eamon to see.
Okay. Makes sense to me. Yeah. Can I like look above the warehouse? If there's any kind of like I'm just looking to see if like anybody fell and then was washed away to a sewer.
What's happened? Turn of events.
There's a diving board on the roof, one of those like Assassin's Creed perches, and then there's a manhole cover right below it.
There's a bunch of hay. There's a bunch of hay everywhere.
There's a bunch of hay and it's
Yellow
you can,
paint.
You can definitely like look around too if you want to. What's your
paint?
passive
What?
investigation?
It doesn't say. I have the friggin' worst.
It's 10 plus whatever
Um,
your investigation thing is.
wonderful 11.
Okay, so you'll have to roll.
Huh?
You'll have to roll if you want.
Oh, great. 6.
Okay, so your passive was better.
Yeah.
You're not sure? There's every possibility somebody fell off this roof. It looks pretty unsturdy. Honestly, no guardrails. OSHA would be pissed.
Yeah, no guardrails on a roof. That's insane.
Yeah.
You know, in this city, every roof has guardrails.
Every roof.
Cannon.
I'm gonna put up. I have my own way of looking around, Fitz. I put my ear up to the door. Are we up to the door? We're in the courtyard.
You're inside.
Right?
You can easily go up to the door.
Oh.
It's broke the lock.
I
So
broke the
before
lock
you
there.
wrench it open, you can just listen if you want to.
You
Yes.
hear, looks like a normal warehouse.
Warehouse.
I like stop stone cold. I go, Fitz, the murderer's inside.
I'm gonna hear something outside, and I'm gonna get
You just hear the metal rattling.
The fucking chattering beak.
I'm gonna walk up and kick the door open.
Pull
Can I
strength.
hear them coming and just take a step
It's
to the
for an
side?
hour.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
like I hear someone approaching. Can I just take a step to the side and hearing intent of like, oh,
You're gonna kick
pull
this sliding bay door open.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna see a foot explode out of the wood.
As you're standing there against the door, Eamon, you hear a someone just like kicks the door, and there's like a little indent where you see a foot.
Oh my god! It goes through. Okay.
It doesn't go through, but there's like a little like the middle just bulges
Okay.
out.
It's time to nut up or shut up. And I start
Oh my
swinging,
God.
and I'll kick the door the other way. Another fucking footprint taking into that side.
After that moment of both people, there was like a moment's pause, and then the door just starts to.
It gets about halfway, and then it gets stuck because there's two giant dents going in and out.
It's just Eevee and Fitz on either side, pulling the door open.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the other two are ready to kill each other.
I got my bow at the ready and everything.
They're rolling initiative.
I see you've got one too.
Finds another brick, ties it to the other side.
Yeah, you haven't seen this one yet.
Oh my god, this is so good.
Like just looking at Eevee as they're like primed and ready, it's just like, I see you've got one too.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're both.
I was going to say, and I'll predator handshake you.
Strong ass grip.
Yeah.
feathers.
I'm just gonna. Oh my god, it's you guys. Okay, well, I'm gonna turn to Fitz because I would assume he's already gathered information outside, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let him know. The gate was closed. Whoever dumped the body closed it afterwards. The latch was down.
Well, that would fit with at least two people being outside here. No drag marks though, so they weren't poisoned before they got to the grate. Yes.
And there were marks inside the sewers. So
It's good.
So
Are there for the outside of where I like walking in? Anything else of note that should be noted as we're looking at the scene of the dumping?
Any more notes on the dumping, dude?
I'm so sorry. Yeah,
That's why it went terrible because it hit me at the same time as I said it. But as like, is there any signs of the body being like actually dumped here? Is there signs of dragging here? Is there?
Here, I would say go ahead and make an investigation check.
I also want to look around for if this is a warehouse. I would want to look around for any like that people would work at. I would look around for any kind of logbook.
Oh, okay, like a manifest.
Yeah,
Sure.
for any kind of.
Can't stop, won't
I
stop.
swear to
It's
fucking
Christian.
Christ, Christian. Your name's not Christian. It's Christian.
not a
Ooh, very
section
good.
if Christian doesn't come out.
I make the jokes. He rolls crits. This is the show. All right.
This is the show, baby. This is
Apparently.
the way we do it.
Did you really roll an extra 20?
I did.
I'm gonna
It's
burn
29.
the house down. Okay,
Thanks, D&D Beyond.
my house, not even yours.
That's hey, D&D Beyond. Me and you, same page,
love
same
D&D
page, same
Beyond.
level.
Okay.
So give me all the information.
Okay.
Give me everything you have.
Okay.
The whole sheet.
I'm trying to stop bullying me.
No,
Fun.
So,
you tried to not bully me into getting natural 20.
man, I'm coming for you. Leah, you are also looking for something?
Yeah, any kind of like logbook, manifesto,
Yes,
any
yes,
kind
yes.
of thing that would document things
Sorry. I
or
got
people.
so mad that information just flew out of my brain. averaging at least one an episode. I just despise this. So there is no obvious like manifesto. That would probably be something you would look for in like an office desk or something like that. You can go ahead and roll to see if you can locate like where that would be in this warehouse.
Would that be perception? Investigation?
Perception.
Thank God that's better.
Damn it. I mean,
God, what is that? Oh, okay.
Use your strength save.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You'd probably have a good idea where that office would be. Fitz, though.
Yeah,
your natural 20
sure is.
Does fucking
I'll say it again. I'll say it again.
Your demonic, unholy 20 that you made some sort of deal with Satan, sold your fucking firstborn kid to roll this many crits. This is a sin against God. It does reward you, however, with a little trail to follow. From the destroyed bulkhead, you can see specks of blood on like a stone floor that leads into like a wooden paneling floor of the actual like work floor. But the bulkhead itself is built into like a stone basement. What's it called? Foundation.
Right.
The wooden floor though does have scrape marks and some specks of blood, which you would assume were probably coughed out of the victim.
Right.
You can pick up on that trail, and it does lead further in towards the warehouse. And it does disappear behind like a very large, kind of suspiciously placed series of crates. It's not like it immediately jumps out at you, but once you notice the trail going to you, it's like, no one stacks boxes like this. Hang on. Hang on a second.
It's like in a cartoon when you see a bunch of scenery and you see the obvious.
Yeah, you're like, oh, they gotta punch Goku into that mountain. Yeah. That's
right
exactly
there.
what it looks like. They're drawn differently.
It's drawn differently.
But yes, you do notice like something is up with these boxes. Either there's, something in them, or they're hiding something. That is what you immediately pick up on with your natural 20. And Leah, you would know that the office for this kind of factory is above the work floor. It's sort of higher up. Not in the catwalks, but like on the side where they start. There is like a little alcove, like raised office. And that is something you could investigate if you wanted to.
I'm going to point and be like, I'll check the offices. I'm gonna go and do that. I guess just split to.
Okay. Split further.
I'll come along.
Oh, I guess I'll.
Or Eamon can.
We can switch. That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
We switch.
Yeah. Say I'll be. Yeah. Let's go figure out some paperwork stuff.
You don't have to.
No. No, I'm going.
I
want to.
What's this warehouse full of? Can I look in the box?
You can. You want to crack open one of the things?
Yeah, I'll be very gentle, like wedge my fingers in and start ripping them.
It's a mimic.
Yeah, the nails are teeth.
Yeah.
As you actually just rip open one of the crates, it looks like there's a series of like alcohol bottles, very carefully stuffed into or packaged into these crates as to not rattle around during travel and smash and break.
Can I look for the bottle to see if it has a skull and crossbones on it?
It is steaming.
Is this some sort of poison factory?
Yeah, it's steaming and ticking like a time bomb.
Yeah. Open it up and it swirls above.
Yeah, there's a little smoke bottle that turns.
Mushroom cloud comes up.
Yeah.
Okay, but does it look like booze?
It does look like booze. It looks like, some local distillery was.
Would I recognize this?
Make a history check.
I will Kenku recall this.
Oh, he's so drunk.
He's so drunk.
Okay. Yeah. I go, I haven't seen a twisted tonic like this before. This is the worst sheet I've ever looked at in my life. I don't know where anything is. Cut that. Oh, holy cow. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Ooh. Oh, for alcohol. Nice. There.
Advantage on that.
It's a locally brewed IPA twisted tonic.
I see. I noticed that this is the what are IPA names? This is the Neon Cat Over the Rainbow IPA that I know. Oh my gosh, it's 11% ABV.
The captain's daughter.
Yeah, this is Angry Tire Neon Cat.
No, this is a local brewery or a local distillery. It does look like this was being potentially shipped out to some buyer overseas. Hasn't gone out yet, but it is local to. Not Champions. Sorry. Oh fuck. The Capital Quarter. It is a Capital Quarters unique distillery.
Okay.
I don't know how familiar you are with the Capital Quarter, but
I'm gonna
I got a second. Waiting for Zach.
Hold for Zach.
Hold for helicopter. Hold for Zach.
Hold for helicopter. Hold for helicopter.
Zach's
Don't
back.
worry.
Back.
What is it called? Audacity? I don't know what happened. I just heard on and up and something distracted.
I think it's a driver issue. I've had the same issue before.
Oh, you are so. I have not updated anything in so long. You are so right, dude.
I haven't done that in months.
I'm gonna stop actually walking, looking at the alcohol, and be like, "Oh, good work." Well, not for this, but for reminding me. And I'm gonna turn around. And
I'm like not even noticing. I'm like smelling it.
I'm gonna cast again, detect poison and disease, to see if there's any traces of it here.
Okay.
Let's do spells.
It can penetrate most barriers, so
Most barriers.
yes,
Stuff
it's
like
blocked
lead.
by 1
as
foot of
Eamon-
stone.
As Eamon drinks it.
Dies.
Birds can't burp too. This is crazy. As he's 3 cases in, you notice that might be poison.
I'm like Family Guy, like on the ground.
A little Yamcha crater somehow formed under you. There is no poison currently detected in the vicinity.
Okay, all right.
That is a good note to have, though. I will say, actually,
I had to.
I will say, the only traces you would find is in the blood path that Fitz found and followed to those crates. It would be like the faintest essence of the same wyvern poison. So that is at least a notification that is the same person's blood.
I'm gonna point at my glowing marks and point over at Fitz and Eevee to kind of like give them the hint of like you're going the right way, and then just continue back to
Fitz
go.
has just been looking at the trail, following it, just being like, not even paying attention to anybody else.
You're just gonna see that same glint that Eamon gets in his eye when he goes into a rage, and he's gonna look over at you and he's gonna say, "I think we should see who these bottles are addressed to. If it's true that what we know about this district and that this man was a fighter, he could have been bought out or sponsored in some way. Maybe he lost a fight and therefore he was poisoned. That way we can lead back our motives and our different kinds of criminal anecdotes back to the capital. Anyway, can I have 4 of these? I'm going to steal them."
Kid.
Oh my god.
You grab 4 bottles of this?
Good.
I'm gonna mage hand and slap his hand as I'm walking. I'm just gonna send my mage hand over just to slap his hand.
I'm joking. All right, let's go. Let's go check out that
Give me
office.
that.
Okay.
That looks
We
pretty
got the
good.
office and we got the crates, the mysterious, differently colored crates.
Yeah.
Office. What do you guys? You just wrenching the door open?
Yeah, I'm just opening the door.
Okay. It is not locked. You just open the door. There is a small sort of work setup, very messily kept. It looks like there's a lot of different like pages and different manifests of possibly coming and going, different shipments. Go ahead and give me an investigation check on the room.
Do you want? I'm also there. Do you want me to help with that, or am I
It's up
able
to you.
to?
Do you
Or are
wanna
we
do
doing
it
the?
alone?
You have to have proficiency with it.
I don't.
Sorry.
I don't give a shit. Do you want to help or do you want to not help?
I will. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I rolled
Take
pretty
it.
good. I rolled 21. So.
Take advantage then, because Eamon's there.
Oh, okay.
See if you were higher.
Eamon's there. Remember Eamon? I got his name right.
That was higher. This time I
See?
rolled a 19 plus the 5, so 24.
That's too high. As you're going through the different manifestos.
Oh my god!
The city will bathe in flames. No, you do find a bunch of different manifests. as you're looking through the different manifests, there is, I think actually Eamon comes clutch by pointing out a few of the discrepancies in like shipping delivery and parcel management. You know, someone who spends their entire life figuring out how to get packages and shipments from one place to another. You do notice a few discrepancies in the numbers and the, not necessarily the ledger, but it looks like they're cooking the books a little bit on the shipments.
You see this, and this? This is rookie work. Listen, I've delivered some stuff, but people check your papers, and there are ways to get around it. This is not... If I'm able to tell this right away, any schmuck on customs, whatever the fuck we have, would notice this in seconds.
So are you saying that they're lying on their paperwork?
Yeah, they're cooking these books.
About what's incoming or outgoing?
I look at it deeper.
You see one eye just like turning a bird and one eye.
Yeah, like the Spy Kids 3, like multiple layers going down to zoom in. Like, hold on.
You would notice that it is sort of both. It looks like they're taking in a lot of product and not as much as being shipped out. But the totals are also being adjusted so that, you know, the people they report to don't notice that drop in the amount they're taking in. Looks like they're bringing in more product than is leaving this building. And it's not just booze. There's a bunch of different like things that come through this house that it's kind of hard to tell what objects are being kept and what objects are being, you know, cooked. At least to your, you know, your expertise. But you do notice that it is a difference in volume.
You see these things that aren't particularly set to what we saw in this warehouse. Sometimes people put packages in different random kind of shipments in the middle. Maybe that's where they got wyvern poison, but I'm trying so hard not to say it's just a theory. I'm trying so hard.
Why? We're not MatPat. You can do whatever the fuck you want here.
That's just a guess.
He might come for us. You don't know that.
He's retired. He can't.
That's in my head.
He is retired, so it is free
I
reign.
already did Markiplier at the beginning of the show. I'll end it like MatPat. I don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
But
I'm gonna nod and be like, "Good job." Do I pet you? Like, and I'm just gonna
It sometimes takes his barrel hand and points it to the back of my head. So if you have some kind of equivalent, I'm assuming that's our gesture of good faith.
What?
I'm just gonna like, I'm just gonna tap your shoulder. Like, okay.
And I'm stone cold. Like I do not react to it at all.
Numb to the world.
Yeah. My eyes blink at different times.
I'm gonna take out my own notes and I'm gonna actually
put them away.
I don't want to like ask because that's probably wrong. But I'm like, should I take the paperwork or just copy it? Because that like just copying it wouldn't be considered like proof. But I'm like, this might be needs to be documented.
So you have your webbed water things and stuff, but and you notice that as Eamon writes it out, it is literally like pixel by pixel perfect.
Yeah,
it is an exact copy when I duplicate it.
That mimicry.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm gonna nod like, good job, kid. I am not even gonna ask how you learned that. Just gonna continue shuffling through paperwork.
The beginning of time. I've always been like this. And this is my OC.
It's you in a trench coat again?
I'm trying a few. It's so good.
Cool. God. This is Eamon Prowers.
Okay, now canonically, at some point, Eamon does need to draw OC versions of all of us.
No, I need Eamon's OC Sonic fanfiction. That's what I need. Ooh, okay. So that's happening in the office. You're getting a tour of Eamon's notebook. Downstairs, what is Team Colored Boxes doing?
Color boxes is crazy. We reached the boxes. Does it look like they've been disturbed recently? Let's say
it does
the past few days.
Yes, it does look like they see regular movement. As you can tell,
Okay.
once you take a closer look at the floor and what's going on around them, you can see scuff marks and movement. And
What if we looked behind them?
Mhm.
don't do that.
With that being said, can I check for traps to make sure that these aren't trapped or set with an alarm
My
system?
traps.
Hey
You
man, I'm
rat
a rogue. I don't know what to tell you.
Go ahead and check for traps. Go ahead.
This is the cliche rogue thing where you have to check for traps, break some locks,
Go
steal a
ahead.
thing or two.
And try and
We don't
find
have
the
any
traps,
rat
dude.
folk in the party.
Is that another investigation check or a perception
Yeah,
check?
if you're looking for traps. My traps?
Yeah.
You're going to need to investigate. Yeah.
That's a 23.
23. There was a bucket of marbles placed on top of the
Son of a bitch.
crates. Seems like anyone in the know would know to move those before they try and move any of these crates. You
Yeah.
catch it. Luckily, you catch the bucket of marbles they placed in the bucket of marbles. The door.
You know, someone's gonna need like 50 of these in like
Hey,
10
man.
episodes. I
Yeah.
swear.
No. If you moved these boxes without checking that first, it would probably make a lot of noise.
I love that. I love even if that was set up just now. I love that.
I
love that.
it's the
immediately.
only thing I have written down.
Are you serious? Okay, I was gonna say, damn. All right.
I built this
This
entire
Home Alone
campaign
trap.
around a marble bucket. No, yeah. But you're able to. You don't even know if somebody left these here on accident. This could have just been somebody playing marbles and they left that there. But you move that disarmed
I'm
easily.
gonna take a few.
Okay, how many? I'm
Uh,
gonna make you count them.
gonna make me count them.
Yeah, this
All
is
right,
your
hold
ammo
on.
for the campaign. How many are you taking?
These are like ball. Oh, hey, that's not a
Yeah.
bad.
There's
Not a bad
45
system.
ball bearings in this bucket.
Should I roll a D20, D100? What do you want me to
Just
roll?
take a handful. How many do you want?
Anything you want.
I don't know.
All right, you take
Never had this
some.
option before.
We'll figure it out later. We'll fix it in
EBCs.
post.
Fuck it up.
Eevee sees Fitz take them and is like, is this a part of like investigative process? And just grabs a hot 11,
You take 11 of the marbles.
shoves them in their pocket.
Okay. There's 26 left. 24 left.
Who took my marbles over
I
here?
gotta add it to my inventory.
No, there's 34 left.
Custom item.
That would be amazing if that comes in handy at some point.
Listen,
11 marbles.
if you find a way to get those 11 marbles to hurt me in some way, I'll end the show.
Don't say that.
No, it's fine. I'll take the loss on the art. Like cost $2,000.
Oh my god.
Let's get in there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to move the crates
Okay.
out of the way
Easy
in the same
enough to do.
pathway that they've been used.
Once you begin actually moving them, you can tell that there is not a lot of weight inside these things, leading to believe they are probably just
A door.
here to disguise the thing you see behind them, which is a set wooden door into the side of this wall. And as you find that secret passage, that's where we're going to go ahead and call this session to a close.
I hate you.
It's 11:30 or 12:30.
It is so late.
It's so late.
I should have
It's
done that
12:30.
4 minutes
And-
ago, dude.
I'm not in the 12:30 time zone, and I'm already like,
Yeah.
I know. No, I was too. I know.
And also, this is pre-recorded. We're going to film again on Thursday.
no, don't tell them that.
I'll cut it out. But
Oh, I thought you were just.
wow, that cut there was really weird. I don't know what
That
happened.
hard cut was
So crazy.
That internet went out again. Look at him mogging.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
I want a hard
It's like
cut.
this
I want a
guy-
hard cut like the last one. So in every episode somewhere, even if nothing is cut,
I'm going to cut your cuts out if they keep happening.
it's just gonna be dancing.
I'm kidding,
It's just gonna be
guys.
dancing for no reason.
These allegations are false.
Mm.
The crowds are huge. So we are going to end for the night there. We'll pick up again next session, whenever that happens to be. And we will rejoin the group as they investigate further into this secret door behind the Dragon Ball Z crates that are colored differently. But until then, get out of my house. That's my famous sign off that I always say.
Get off
And make sure to
the lawn.
like and subscribe and smash that like button, dude.
It's just a game theory.